All right. Hi, everybody.
That's why my camera's always off.
It's Movie the Podcast. It's your boys, Alec, Nate, and TJ. Uh
After
oh,
dark,
I didn't do a
Alec
good
is
one.
nude
I
in a
didn't do a
bath.
hey everybody. Gogs is doing family stuff. Sean's got the hentai virus or whatever. Whatever happened with that? Is
He
that
got
over with? No, he
he
got ladybugs.
is full blown
Oh shit,
today. Full
yeah.
blown.
He made out with Lindsey Graham before Miss Lindsay's passed away. So anyway, now Sean has ladybugs, which is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. But hi everybody, it's Movie the Podcast. We watched The Amazing Spider-Man, um, a movie somehow I've never seen. I don't know how. I've
Really?
seen Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think I've seen about 15 minutes of this movie, like watching TV or something. I'm gonna bury the lead. I didn't hate this movie at all. I found this movie thoroughly enjoyable. It's got it's
It
got its
is. It
clunky
has.
parts to it. We'll get into it, but it's not bad at
Yeah.
all.
It does. Like I would say, like Tobey Maguire might have been a better Peter Parker, but Andrew Garfield is a much better
See, I don't know.
Spider-Man.
I kind of liked his Peter. Like, I don't know. I thought that's a great sentence. But
Hey, everybody isolate that
I
clip.
I
Use
kind
it
of liked
later.
his Pete because he's kind of like I don't know. Andrew Garfield, like on the surface for me, when I remember when he was announced, I was like, he's too handsome, but he
This is
plays kind of being an alienated weirdo pretty well. I thought he did a pretty good
yeah,
job.
he's like but he's kind of the
Yeah,
Poochie Peter
yeah, he is
Parker.
a little bit of a poochie, but we'll get into it.
He's like cool and extreme and things, which is
Yeah,
great. Good for him.
it's a fun movie. Again, we'll get into it. There are some clunky parts of this movie that kind of drag it down a little bit.
And some horrendous
I
designs.
I will say this right now before we get into the proper review. I hate this suit. This is the worst movie suit. I cannot stand this suit. I think this suit is hideous. I don't like it at all. I remember
I do like that they called back to wrestling though, and you got the inspiration from a luchador
I did like
poster.
that. I did like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I hate this suit. I think this is by far the worst movie suit that they've done so far. I can't stand this suit.
You know what suit looks
Hmm.
great? The suit from the new
Yeah.
movie looks
All right.
tremendous with like the almost
I
baby
got to
blue.
ask you a question though, because this is a hotly contested topic in nerd circles. So apparently, I didn't know this because I think that the current suit and the one that was in like the he's changed the suits a couple of times in the last three movies, but I guess people didn't like the small spider logo on his chest. I loved it. And the only thing I don't like about the new suit is it has the big spider, and I don't like the big spider. So, are you a small spider guy or a big spider guy?
I mean, I don't know. I like most Spider-Man
Yeah.
suits. Like my favorite part of that video game
Oh,
was his
changing your suits.
changing his suits
Yeah,
every
it
10
was
minutes.
cool. Yeah.
Like I didn't cheat that game at all. That's like the first game I've ever like 100% did every task, every side
Yeah.
quest, everything. But the only thing I cheated on was I used a code to like
Get all the
unlock all the
suits. Yeah.
suits. And man, like everyone, this Spider Punk, like all the stupid ones, the baghead
That was
Spider
fun.
Man, like all
I
that
like
shit was
the
awesome.
animated suit that was in there too, and how it changed it to like cell
Mm.
shading. Those Spider-Man
Oh,
games,
that was so
fantastic.
cool looking. I never played the
It's
other one.
good.
I only played the first. I still play the first one every
Did you
now
ever
and then.
play the Miles Morales one?
I never played two or Miles
Both are
Morales.
great. I highly recommend them. A lot of people didn't like two, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was a lot of fun. All right. Anyway, so what'd you guys watch this week? Alec,
I watched
one
one
thing.
thing.
One thing.
I watched continuing
Huh.
my Batman run from last week. Last night we watched Batman
Oh yeah,
Returns.
Hell yeah. I think maybe the
a
best
movie
Batman.
I've
That's my
come
personal
around
opinion.
on hard. I used to not like that movie at all, and now I love it. I think it's so much fun. I think it's a fucking blast.
It's perfectly weird and it's like anyway, yeah, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
I mean, like all those Batman movies. The fourth one really doesn't have any redeeming qualities, the Mister Freeze one,
No.
No,
but
yeah.
all the other ones have a level of weirdness to them that kind of I find endearing. But especially this one, like to go that like cracked out and weird
Oh
with
yeah.
the Penguin,
Yeah.
like
He bites
I,
that
I,
guy's nose
Yeah.
off. It's amazing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a super into Batman in the comics. I didn't read a ton of those as a kid. I was much more X-Men, Spider-Man, some
Sure.
Superman. Never really paid much attention to Batman or his rogues. But I don't remember them ever having like a weird, disgusting, gross penguin like this. Like he
No,
was always like the
that
mobster
was yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, he's always kind of like a guy in a tuxedo who went like,
Well, the penguin,
right? The Burgess Meredith version
the
with the
penguins, like I could
umbrellas.
be getting this wrong because DC changes their continuity so much, but I think that the original like penguin, like pre-crisis penguin, is just like a weirdo nerd that they just called him the penguin. He was a kid because he had a weird nose, and that was like his entire like motivation. And I think it wasn't until post-crisis and God, maybe even like Batman the animated series, because a lot of like current Batman stuff is really grounded in the animated series. That thing, like the influence of that show is like evergreen. But that's when they turned him into more of
I
the
mean, that show is the best Batman piece of
oh,
media ever
I can't
made.
argue with that at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, indisputably.
But that's when they turned him into like the mobster. You know what I mean? Like he's it's funny because like when people are like I've seen this with like the current movie, like the last movie that came out, and they're like, oh, the penguin wasn't right, and like I'm like I think he's fine. Like, you know, they I think in the current Batman, the shit, what was that movie? That was the Batman. What the hell was the fucking
The
Robert
Batman,
Pattinson?
yeah.
The movie I
Yeah.
love, which everybody hates. I will die on that hill. I love that fucking movie, and I like the show, the Penguin show. But like his name isn't Oswald because they thought Oswald, or his name isn't Cobblepot. They changed his name to Cobblepot because they thought Oswald Cobblepot wasn't like a real name, and people were all upset about that. But it's like, who cares? Like, why do you care? Like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know. The things nerds get mad about. It's like, was the
Oh,
show
yeah.
good? Yeah, the show was pretty good. The movie was pretty good in my opinion. Like, I don't know. Anyway, sorry, Alec. Batman Returns, where Batman
Um,
kills a guy. That was the other thing that I always remember about that
yes.
Oh
movie.
yeah. This movie, like this got Tim Burton in a bunch of trouble because, they'd like the the merchandise
Yeah.
tie-ins with McDonald's for Happy Meals was such a big deal after Batman 89. And so they went in for double on this movie, and then they were like, oh shit, kids shouldn't
Yeah,
see this movie where the penguin is eating raw
and
fish and biting
and
people,
Catwoman,
and Michelle Pfeiffer is a dominatrix.
Catwoman, like, oh my god, like that awoken a lot in me as a child. But also, like,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, the movie is out of control. That's kind of what I like. But also, you guys may or may not have known this. I didn't know this until recently. I watched this like retrospective on it. You know the like final scene where like Catwoman like looks up and sees the bat signal. Tim Burton didn't shoot
Yeah.
that, and he didn't want it in the movie. That was like a studio thing that they did after the fact, apparently. And he was apparently
Oh, didn't tell
apparently
him.
he was pissed, like because like he doesn't have final cut. It's a Warner Brothers thing, so I don't know. I love that movie a lot. Oh, you got the Batman Returns comic? Oh, hell yeah!
That's right. Yep. With the it's got the
Also, that
poster on the back.
poster, iconic. That fucking Batman
Yeah.
Returns poster, like, goddamn. Yeah, what a fun ass
Yeah.
movie.
It is. It's a lot
Penguin's
of
got
fun.
that big
Like,
rubber ducky in the sewer. Like run
And all
Yeah.
the actual penguins with like
Yes,
firework
yes.
rockets on their backs.
Yeah, and as like a
Yeah,
angsty
it's
teen, I was
wild.
like, "This movie sucks. It's not serious." And I'm like, now I'm just like, you were a fucking idiot. This shit rules. Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It's a good rewatch. Like everybody's really good in it. Like obviously, like Danny DeVito, Christopher Walken is Max
Max
Schreck.
Schreck, which is a
Yeah.
fucking Nosferatu reference, because the guy that played
Yeah, which is
the guy that
wild.
played Nosferatu in the movie is named Max Schreck, which is a reference I didn't get for 30 years.
Michelle Pfeiffer, like aside from her being one of the early reasons why I liked women,
Real.
like she's so good in that
Oh, yeah.
role.
Yeah.
Like she absolutely killed it, especially when she turns into Catwoman.
Oh yeah, she's
Like
amazing.
she's absolutely chewing up the scenery. Like all of them are just having her and Danny DeVito are just having a
So
battle
good.
to like who could eat the most scenery in a day.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, the scene where
ridiculous.
she comes like flipping into
fantastic.
frame and then stops in the camera and just goes,
Yeah,
"Meow."
come on.
And you're like, fuck.
I like that.
It's like I don't. Keith, have you ever watched Community?
A little,
Have you, Nate?
a handful
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
episodes. I
totally.
need to watch more of it.
Like when I look back, I feel like that movie was like when the dean realizes he likes furries when he's watching a video of two guys in Dalmatian costumes, like wrestling, and he's like, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
Yeah.
There's a,
But
And-
like,
Yeah.
Catwoman definitely awakened things in me as a 12-year-old boy at that point.
oh yeah,
I think it came out in 92.
100%. There's
Yeah.
a scene in that
Yeah.
movie that always fucking kills me when Max Shrek sees Bruce Wayne, like he takes the Batman cowl off, or I think the cowl gets ripped off his head or something, and he goes,
He rips it off himself, which is fucking wild. He just rips like it is made of like foam rubber.
but Max Shrek looks at him and he goes, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up as Batman? That shit's great.
And then he gets electric
Yeah,
toasted.
oh God. What a fucking awesome ass movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of fun.
hot
It's got
take-
issues like all four of those Batman movies, but it's definitely more good than bad. Like if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's not unfun to watch at all, and it's fucking wild. Pee Wee Herman
That's
is
right.
his dad at the
right.
beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize this till yesterday. The woman is the love interest from Pee Wee's Big
Oh, no
Adventure.
shit.
Oh.
Or not the the
Oh,
older
yeah.
lady love interest, not Dottie,
Right.
not Dottie, the young one. The older lady who he falls in love with, the dinosaur.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
That's
Tim
Cobblepot's
Burton
mom.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm with Nate though. I think I still like Batman 89. It's another movie that I've kind of gone back and forth on over the years, but I think Returns is better than 89.
Oh, definitely, because you didn't. It got you like kind of right
Yeah.
into it, and you didn't have to do the whole. Not that they spent a lot of time in Batman '89 on his origin, but you didn't have to spend any time on it. You just get into it, and you get the Penguin's origin, and then now it's in modern times.
Yeah, it's the thing that like the best Batman movies are often the movies that Batman isn't in that
True.
much, and he's not really in it that much,
Yeah.
right? Like this is like Catwoman and Penguin's movie, and
Yeah.
Batman's around.
But it was also seeing Batman kill a dude and just beating up clowns.
That
and,
guy
like,
that he
contortionists.
that
and
guy
stuff.
that he straps the bomb to and knocks on the shore, you probably already know this, but he plays Bane in Batman Forever. That's the same actor. Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
the
Yeah,
big
that
guy.
big
Well, that's funny because the one of the newsboys at the beginning is the guy who plays Bane before he gets.
Oh
to
no
choose.
shit. That's funny.
It's
Ah.
Sean Whalen. He's been in tons of
funny.
stuff,
Wild.
but that's one of the newspaper boys at the beginning. I was like, oh, he's been in other
That's fun.
stuff.
There's another early sexual awakening moment in that movie because there's like the Snow Queen, Snow Princess.
Oh yeah.
That she's in like the like body leotard suit thing.
I know.
And you're like,
I know
yeah,
exactly what you're
hello.
talking about.
But with no shoulder straps and then
Yeah.
her like
Yeah.
long gloves that have like fur on the
Yeah,
end.
I remember
Yep.
I saw that movie. I saw that movie with my mom in the theater, and I could tell my mom was like very uncomfortable with like all that sexual shit going on in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And it is
Yeah.
very graphic the way they talk at points in that
yeah.
movie.
And like Catwoman's like,
Like,
licking
I guess
Batman's
at one point
face.
the-
like-
At one point, they were like concerned that it might get an R rating. They were like,
Well,
I
because
think it's, like,
Penguin
barely
keeps alluding
squeaked
to
in.
Oh,
like
yeah.
fucking Catwoman
yeah,
too.
I mean, I can't blame him.
And while she rides around on the bed in her leather suit. Great movie.
Fantastic
Really
movie.
good movie.
What R.I.P. Tim Burton. What
That's-
happened to you, man?
Seriously.
that's the only thing that I watched. We're almost done a full rewatch of 30
Nice.
Rock. And I got a kick out of episode tonight because Jack is officiating Liz's wedding. And they do like a montage and they show him doing a reading at the wedding, but it's not from the Bible. He's reading the Fountainhead.
God.
That show is just
Great show.
top to bottom brilliant. A couple of my favorite like tertiary characters in all of TV, Dr. Spachemin and Dennis
Oh, yeah.
Duffy.
Oh
I
yeah.
still say, hey, dummy, all the time.
I
The
liked
gods.
one of Liz's boyfriends, the guy that plays like Calamity in those insurance commercials, and he like
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
that's
his name?
Dennis.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy's hilarious.
That's him. Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah,
You
because he's
guys-
also like on Law and Order SVU a lot.
Didn't he show
as,
up on like
Yeah.
How to Catch a Predator in one episode or something? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
It's really good. You guys would like The Fall and Rise of Reggie
Yeah, I need to
Jenkins.
watch that.
It's really
Yeah.
funny. It's only like eight
Yeah.
episodes. It is really, really funny, and it's basically an extension of this. And Tracy Morgan is so
Alec,
good in it. He's basically playing Tracy
did
Jordan
you get a
again.
chance to watch any of the X-Men 97 season 2 yet?
I only watched the first episode. I watched, yeah, the first one. I didn't get to see any
Quite
of the
good.
other ones
Quite
yet.
good.
I think Thursday I'm off. I might try to bang out whatever's
I think the
available.
next episode comes out tomorrow, so there should be a new one. There should be episode 5 when you get on there. All right.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it yet.
Fantastic.
But
I heard a
TJ.
rumor that they're going to do a Spider-Man whenever that came out in 97 maybe. That'd be cool. I definitely watch that.
No.
Like a throwback Spider-Man cartoon. Did you know? I didn't again another thing I didn't thank you to YouTube. So they had an edict on that show that Spider-Man like couldn't punch anybody. So if you ever go back and watch that show, like he never punches anybody. It's like weird. It's like I didn't
That is
Yeah,
weird.
it's a weird show too because Peter Parker is an asshole.
Oh yeah,
in
he's
that
kind of
show.
a dick. Yeah.
Like it's very in the place of like, oh, he can just tell Mary Jane she's fat
Did you
and
ever
stuff
see-
and like whatever he
You ever
feels
see
like
that
he's
viral
gross.
clip that goes around from that show where like Spider-Man is in a he's like at this kid's bedside and she's like sick and she's like, I want to know your origin or whatever, and he takes his mask off and she's like, oh my god, she's like, I won't ever tell anybody, and then the camera pans out and it's like hospital for terminal children or something. It's like Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Like, yeah, Peter Parker so chill, only revealing his face to the soon to
pass
die.
the mic, Mr. Alec.
Nathaniel.
Okay, I watched one thing also.
Nice short show.
Yeah, I mean short week. We
That's true.
recorded.
Well,
and
you know, ironically,
I mean-
we pushed the show up to Tuesday so Gox could be on, and now he's not.
To accommodate Gogs
Yeah.
and Sean.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Neither one is here.
I guess I did watch. I watched several YouTube documentaries about Yellowstone National Park
Did it?
because we did a podcast episode on it last night, including one that was like so evidently AI that I was grossed out. I was like, oh shit, like this is where we're at. Is there's going to be hour-long AI slop videos
YouTube
about
has gotten lousy with that shit.
history. So
You
yeah,
also watched some episodes of Yellowstone.
Oh, I wish I did not. I did make
You
a.
could talk, you could talk to my
Don't do
you
that
could
to
talk to
yourself.
my fucking mom every time I see her. You watch this Yellowstone thing? I'm like, no, mom, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yellowstone did appear in the I See What You Did There's though, so get ready for that in I don't know 4 months when the episode comes out. I've also been watching a lot of like Let's Plays on YouTube, so that's another. I watched all of Markiplier's playthrough Silent Hill F.
Yeah, game's okay. It's probably better to watch it as a playthrough.
Well, part of the thing for me is like I'm interested in those games, but I'm not interested enough to like sit and play them, and I'd rather just have somebody else do it. So I ended up watching his playthrough, but he only did the first ending. So then I watched all the other endings. I was like, oh, like the story's cool. I think it's
cool.
I like that stuff where it's like, hey, this is about you don't want to be married off, and you're trying to decide between autonomy and honoring your family.
It's got a cool
and shit.
storyline.
Like,
It's got a great setting. My issue with that fucking game, and I like the game, and I want to like the game more because, like everything else that fucking comes out nowadays, like chuds are like, oh, it's bad, it's a fucking man bad game, and blah blah blah. And obviously,
because it's got a girl.
Well,
the girl is a protagonist.
The girl
so
is a
it can't be
protagonist,
good
and
game.
it's talking about especially the 1960s Japan, like the patriarchal society of Japan, and like arranged marriages and shit like that. But idiots will be like, man, bad game, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, the problem with that game, everything's about that game is great, except it's way too focused on combat. And I don't want combat in Silent Hill. You're supposed to be like shitty. Like Silent Hill 2 is great because like your character, and Silent Hill 1, your character can barely do anything right. And that kind of makes sense. It makes it more scary. Freaking what's her name in Silent Hill F, man? It's like a Dark Souls game. You're like parrying people and like fucking like roll dodging, and it's like, and then by the end, I mean, you watch the game, you get this like super powered hand, and it just turns into a fucking action game, and I'm like, what is this? I don't need.
Which I think that like idea is cool. I think you're right. If like the real world Silent Hill aspect of it didn't involve so much combat,
Yeah,
and it felt like a really desperate horror thing where a girl has to run away from these things rather
Yeah.
than having various pipes and axes and crowbars and shit. Like you could make the trade that in this sort of fantastical dream reality, she is claiming power that she doesn't have in the real world. That would be
Right.
an interesting sort of story beat. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I end up getting like I'm fascinated by the way a lot of these games are written, and I would rather
Oh,
just
sure.
like just give me the story. Like
Did you watch?
you know
If you haven't yet, I know I talk about this game all the fucking time. Watch either play it because playing it's also great. But if you don't want to play it, watch a playthrough of Mouthwashing. It's one of the best written games I've played in like the last decade. It's like psychological horror, but it's one of those games where like you don't know what the fuck's going on, and then when you realize the full scope of the story, you're like, holy shit! Like
you said
it's
scope, and scope is a type of mouthwash.
dude, it's right, exactly. It's so fucking good. It's like I honestly like 10 out of 10. Like I fucking love that game. And even if you
Nice.
do play
Okay.
it, it's only like it's like it'll take you like 4 hours to beat. Like it's not like it skill is not the point of that game. It's like soaking in the atmosphere. I fucking loved it. And then that studio, they got a new game coming out. And I'm like, oh, cool. It's going to be like another like narrative driven thing. No, it's a 4-player co-op game where you operate a tank in a post-apocalyptic world and you have to like coordinate with the other 3 people to like do anything. And I'm like, well, it sounds kind of neat, but it sounds like nothing I'll ever play. Thanks, guys. Like, why?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
like Star Trek Bridge Crew was a game that came out
I remember
years
Bridge Crew,
ago,
yeah.
but I picked that up because I was like, oh, that would be fun, and I'm sure that like the single player version is something that you can do.
Yeah.
And then I tried doing it, and it's like, no, you have to go to each individual system as the one person you are and operate everything to do anything
Yeah.
on the
No,
ship.
thank you.
So I was like, well, this isn't that
Yeah.
fun. This is like having multiple jobs, and I already have
Yeah.
multiple jobs. But the movie that I watched, uh, I
Why is
watched.
video game to be work?
Well, yeah, come on. I mean, they're all going to be a little bit of work, but uh, I want the simulator where you get to step over the chair from the back and then sit down in front of it, Riker style. That's the kind of
Have they
simulator.
ever made a game where like almost like a sim game where you could be like captain? Because I think that'd be super fucking cool.
That was what I was hoping for, is a thing where it would be easy to just like issue commands to the sections of the ship and then go through kind of naval combat sort of stuff and
If you
whatever.
haven't
Like,
played it, there's a game and it's very simple. It's like an 8-bit style game. It's called FTL. You ever heard of that?
oh yeah, I
That
played
game is
FTL.
very
Yeah,
that
FTL's great.
game kind of fills that niche
Yeah.
because you have to like monitor like your ship, your crew, and then you have to like figure out like if you need to invest like the ship starts blowing up, so you have to figure out, oh, I gotta invest in shields or I gotta do that. That game was a lot of fun. It was a blast.
Yeah, oh, it was great. And I downloaded the mods to have like
That's
the
right.
Star Trek
Yeah,
ship
it's
shapes
so
and
much
stuff.
fun.
It
Yeah,
was
that's a
fun. It's a fun game. It's just one of those things where it's like, well, you really can only go through like 10 rounds
yeah.
and then you fight the boss ship and then you have to start over.
They also made a game.
And if it was a longer campaign thing, it would
They
be
also
cool.
made a game you should try out. Same studio made a game called Onto the Breach, which is like a turn-based like mech combat game. That game's a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool.
Remember Armored
Who I
Core?
remember
Oh,
Armored
fucking
Core.
Armored
Dude,
Core,
the
yeah.
last Armored Core
I
that came
loved
out,
Armored
they
Core.
put a new one out. Armored Core 6. It's fucking
6?
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 6 or 5? I don't know. Anyway, it's awesome.
I think it's
Very good.
6. Yeah. Yeah, because FromSoft put it out and I still have not picked it up, but
It's so good.
it's one of those things where I'm like, this should be fun. I like robots. I
It's
bought one of those
so
like
good.
Gundam Maxi Boost
Yeah,
on
a lot of
go
those
fighting
aren't great.
games, and
Yeah.
I was trying. I'm like, I am perplexed by how
Well,
this works. I don't understand how you
if you
move or
like
do
Armored
anything.
Core, check out the new one because it's just like the old ones, except the graphics are better. You can still customize every single part of your mech, and you can paint it. You can put decals on. Oh, dude, I spent like 15 hours just like making shit in the game. Like I made one of my mechs look like Ava Unit 1 because everything was purple and yellow and
Hell
it
yeah.
was so cool. Anyway. Sorry, this is video
Yeah,
games, the
it's
podcast.
it's right.
I play a
we're
lot of
taking
fucking
we're
I play
we're
a lot of
slinging
fucking video games.
Segway
Okay?
webs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play a lot of video games.
So the movie that I watched though, I watched Minority Report,
Oh,
which I liked very much.
Oh.
I had not seen it.
God, I remember.
I think it's great.
I haven't seen it in years. I saw
I
it in
think
the
it's a great
theater.
movie.
I have to rewatch it.
It's like very, it's very Spielberg. There's a lot of chasing. There's a
That's
lot
based
of
off
like
a
the John
Dick
Williams
story,
score
right?
seems a little alien. Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I came out of it going like, oh, we're lucky that we don't live in a high-tech surveillance state run by bad actors, aren't we? This is great,
The,
right? It's
the
funny. It's
one
funny because
thing,
everything comes true the moment that there's a movie about it.
the one thing I remember hating about that movie is that it has this like what I would call like the getting out of the pool filter. Like everything has that kind of like gloss to it. I remember just like I don't know how to, everything's kind of blurry and like washed out. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah,
I'm due for a
yeah,
rewatch.
there's a few places where it is. I thought it looked pretty damn good. Like for the CG stuff that's in it that's from 2002, it looks pretty sharp. Plus it's got Neil McDonough, the guy that couldn't kiss other women, so he's been banned from movies.
That shit's so stupid. That is the dumbest shit.
But he's got such beautiful eyes.
It's he's one of those
Uh,
actors where it's like, man, I hate the fact that you suck because I really like that guy. Like, way back
yeah.
in the old days when it used to before like Marvel and everything, before the Marvel movies, I mean, I was like, he would have made a perfect Captain America because he looks like fucking Steve Rogers. He's got the blonde hair, the blue eyes, he's a big guy. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's Steve Rogers all day long. But anyway, but now he sucks.
Yeah.
His
But now,
legacy is
just like the movie, he became a
He's
dum-dum.
he was M.
yeah.
Bison in that Legend of Chun-Li movie, and that's all I ever remember him for.
Oh, that's funny.
Dude,
I am really excited about the Street Fighter movie that's
I am
coming
too.
out now.
Yeah, we were
Because I think
talking
Dutch
about
Malkin will be a fun Bison.
we were talking about
Like,
movies that are silly, and like that movie looks like it's leaning the fuck into how goofy the premise is, and I'm here for it. Like
yeah.
give me goofy. I'm so tired of everything being so fucking serious. Like, give me some fucking silly shit. Apparently, you saw He-Man, right? That's what He-Man was, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I
totally.
need to
The
watch
funny
it.
thing was is that that Street Fighter trailer has "What's Up" by Four Non Blondes in the trailer, and then the He-Man movie, of course, has that in it because of the meme
Oh,
where
gee.
He-Man
Oh,
was. You remember
yeah.
the meme
Of
where
course,
like
of
animated
course.
Adam is singing like "What's
Yeah.
going on?" So yeah, it's that's in the zeitgeist. We're enjoying that. TJ.
I watched a big piece of shit, and I watched one of the best movies I've seen this year. Which one do you want to hear about first?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I watched Evil
Yeah.
Dead
Yeah.
Burn,
Shit.
which was fucking
Oh.
terrible. Oh my God, I cannot understand. I've said this on the show 1,000 times, but there's a before I saw it over the weekend, and I saw people saying this is a great movie. This really takes the torch that Evil Dead Rise, started. I mean, obviously, in the current new iterations of these Evil Dead movies, and it's fantastic. It's violent, and it's just everything you want. Dude, this movie is so fucking bad. Everything's bad about it. Unlikable characters. Every character in this movie is super unlikable, which again, in a movie where they're getting attacked by zombies, like basically zombies, magical zombies, whatever you want to call them. You're supposed to root for these people, but I wanted them all to be dead in like 10 minutes. I'm like, just kill them all, please. Their characters are unlikable. The plot is so stupid and so full of fucking like coincidences. Like it's ridiculous. So let me just give you one that really fucking bothered me. So the movie, the movie starts out in this cold open in this cabin, and that scene's pretty cool. And these two guys die in this lake or whatever. But then it cuts to these two couples, and it's two brothers and then their significant others. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme. And anyway, so
A brother from a
the
significant
three of
other?
those people, right? Three of those people are really cool, but the one brother is like an abusive dickhead, and it's like obvious, and it's so over the top. It's like, okay, like it's just so fucking. I don't know. Again, like obviously, I know shitty dudes exist. I've met plenty of them in my life, but like, there's ways to tell a story without making it so like cartoonishly over the top, where you're just like, all right, man, I get what you're doing. Anyway, so the dickhead brother, he's like abusive. He's like abusing his wife like verbally, and he's just being a dick, and he's ruining the birthday vibes. Also, this is just a me thing. I hate when shit scenes are shot in loud clubs, but their dialogue is perfectly audible. We've all been in loud fucking clubs, and you're trying to have a conversation.
Like in Rollerball.
You can't hear a fucking thing.
Where there's no sound in the entire club.
A prime example of that. No one would be able to hear a goddamn thing in Rollerball. There's motorcycles going all over the place. There's people in the stands. Anyway. So the dickhead brother is like he's like just abusing his wife, and he gets drunk and he's mad at the wife. So he goes off in his car and he drives off. And the I guess it's not totally a cold open, because the zombie the deadite that kills the people in this cabin in the woods like crawls out of the woods, and she goes out into the street. Now you gotta understand, they're in this fancy bar restaurant that looks like it's in the middle of a city, but he drives away from this club, and then he's on the secluded back roads in the country. What is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would this fancy ass club be on like the edge of town to the point where there's like
it's like a roadhouse situation?
Yeah, anyway. So of course the drunk asshole brother hits the deadite in the street, and then the deadite's like, "We found you," and it's like, "Fuck do you mean you found him? He ran you over in the middle of the street." So that kicks off the whole thing, and the deadites are looking for some stupid ass dagger that no one could give a shit about, and like everyone just acts like, obviously horror has a tendency of having like characters make the dumbest decisions possible, but like if you do watch this movie, make it a drinking game. Take a shot anytime a character just stands quietly in horror, because it happens about 6,000 times in this movie. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I saw a reanimated corpse, I would probably fucking run or scream or do something. But no, they just stand there like a fucking deer in the headlights and wait for the fucking zombies to kill them. This fucking movie, man. Oh my God. And it's you know that meme that went around about what's that fucking Liam Neeson's movie, Taken, where he jumps over that wall, but it's cut like 65 times. Like he jumps over one wall, but they do like 85 cuts. That's this movie. Every fucking shot is like 85 fucking cuts. And it's just like, what are we doing? Again, the characters are unlikable. The plot is unlikable. It is violent as shit. It is super gory. Like it's maybe the most gory mainstream American movie I've ever seen. But here's the problem. I don't care. Like, I keep seeing people say, yeah, it's gory. I'm like, I don't give a shit about gore. Like, if there's no story around the gore, or there's not characters I care about, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, there was a movie I really liked from a couple years ago called When Evil Lurks. That movie is incredibly violent, but it's got a great story. It's shot well. It's got great characters. It's got great world building. That gore made sense, because I'm like, God damn, like everything just comes together. This movie is just like, we don't have shit, so let's just make it incredibly disgusting. It's just not a good movie. And then the abusive husband thing, like they tack it on at the end, where they try to turn this into like a fucking A24 movie where the movie is about fucking abusive relationships, but it just feels so tacked on and stupid. And then so the guy in the very beginning, right? The dickhead brother, like he kind of starts the whole thing because he turns into a zombie. And when he's about to be cremated, he breaks out of the fucking coffin and he infects his dad. But it's weird because it's like a fucking weird cut, because he infects the dad, but then you see the dad like get in the car like nothing's wrong. So it's like, what the fuck? So that character, the brother, doesn't show up for the entire movie. The whole movie takes place in this house, and then that's where all the chaos happens. But so at the very end of the movie, the one character that survives, the wife, she sets the house on fire, and then the dead brother shows up like the fucking T-1000, and it's like, what the fuck is this goddamn movie? And he looks like shit. Like, he looks terrible. Like, it's the worst CGI you've ever seen. Also, like, the Deadites, like, for what it's worth, like, they have a kind of a look through all the movies. It's a little inconsistent, but they have kind of a look. But this guy just looks like generic, like, burnt zombie man. Also, keep in mind that at this point in the movie, the main character has this dagger that they say is the only thing that can kill the Deadites. And keep in mind, she's just killed like 3 of them in this house before she set it on fire. And it is basically described that you just have to like swipe them with it. You don't have to like stab them in the head. You don't just got to hit them with it and they die. So you got this thing that's like a burnt fucking hot dog that's running after you. She's got the knife in her fucking hand. What does she do? She runs away. Just run up and fucking stab him. The movie's over. Oh my God, this fucking movie. fucking hated this movie. And the people that like this movie, I'm sorry. Like, I said this before and I'll say it again. There's just a certain kind of person that's just like, if it's a horror movie, I like it. Its movie is dog shit. Everything I liked about Rise, this movie fucks up. Because, like I said, I know a lot of people, it's a very divisive movie, but I really liked Rise. I felt like in Rise, the brief moments you get with the family before all the shit goes down, and it's very brief. I will say it's very brief. I felt like I knew all those characters a lot better than I knew in this entire movie. And like when the mom changes and she has to go after her kids, it felt kind of tragic to me. I don't know. I also think that Rise does a better job because it focuses on one zombie, or one deadite or whatever. And I felt that actress, Alyssa Sutherland, I think is her name, she carries the movie. Like, she's great. Like, her facial reactions and her like body language, and she just is compelling as shit to watch. This movie is just like a hodgepodge of just bullshit. And it's just like, I don't know. By the end of it, I was like, man, like Evil Dead shouldn't be a franchise. Like, it should just be over. And also, like, I didn't stay to watch this because I wanted to, like, this. If this was a fucking TJ watching on the couch movie, I would have turned it off. Like, I wanted to leave. I said this a million times, but there's a 20-minute rule. And 20 minutes into this movie, I'm like, this movie's going to be shit. Like, I knew it. As soon as they introduced all the characters, I was like, uh-oh. But, I spent $13 to see this fucking thing, so I'm going to watch the whole goddamn movie. And it's just so fucking bad. It's so flat, and it felt like a Blumhouse movie. It felt like Insidious, or I don't know, one of those Conjuring movies, just one of those just boilerplate, bland ass American horror movies that just happened to be violent and disgusting. And I fucking hated it, man. I can't recommend it. It's awful. It's like a 1-star. I'll give, because that's the other thing. It's a 1-star because I thought a lot of the practical effects were great. Like the gore effects, they were wonderful, and some of the camera work was kind of cool. But like at the same time, well, you have all these great practical effects, and then like in the back end, you get all these awful CGI effects, and it's like, what happened, guys? What happened? Also, like the Deadites want this fucking dagger, right? So they keep the T-1000 zombie guy. He keeps fucking pushing this woman over and knocking her over and doing all this shit. And of course, he drops the dagger, and then he keeps going, "Where's the dagger? Bitch, you knocked it out of her hand. How the fuck is she supposed to know where it?" Like, oh my God, this fucking movie. I fucking hated this movie. Sorry. I really fucking hated this movie. So bad. I was so mad.
Maybe Evil Dead Burn was intended to be a burn against Evil Dead fans, right? Like,
it was so bad.
You watched this movie.
One last thing, and again, I didn't stay in the theater to watch this. Apparently, because we live in fucking hell now, and everything has to have a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. I did not stay, but I watched it later on thanks to TikTok. The post-credit scene makes absolutely no sense. They're in this like funeral home, and the mom from Evil Dead Rise shows up. And it's like, what? How? What? She was like in a wood chipper at the end of that fucking first in Rise. How is she back? Why is she back? Like, the next movie, apparently, because there's another one coming out, that's a prequel. So I don't know what they're doing. This shit was awful. Apparently, talking about directors that didn't know anything, apparently the director didn't want that post-credit scene and didn't know anything about it. So it has nothing to do with the movie. But again, we live in hell where everything is a franchise. Everything has to continue. And Evil Dead Mommy will return in Avengers Doomsday. Like, get the fuck out of here with these fucking movies. I fucking hated it. I'm sorry for ranting. If you couldn't tell, I was very upset by this movie. I really was looking forward to it. I thought this, again, I liked Rise a lot. I went into Rise with like no expectations. I was like, this is gonna suck. Everything I thought Rise was going to be, Burn was. I thought Burn was going to be Evil Dead Rise. I thought it was going to be cheesy. I thought it was going to be stupid. It had nothing to do with Evil Dead. But no, it was good. I thought. Now, is it like a good Evil Dead movie? I don't know. But I thought it was a good horror movie. I enjoyed it a lot. But anyway, getting into something I absolutely loved. I watched The Furious, which is a new martial arts movie. Right off the jump, I was like, I stole this off the internet like I do many things. So the movie starts, and it seems like it's dubbed. And I'm like, this is weird. And then I had to go check, because sometimes when you get international movies, there's two audio files. So I didn't know if I picked the English file or whatever. But no, this is the way the movie is. The movie, I believe it was made in China. I could be wrong. The movie is like 85% in English, which is really weird. It's fine. I mean, it's just kind of strange at first, and it's not like dubbed over in English. They just speak English. I guess I didn't do my research, and the movie doesn't tell you the research, because the movie starts out with Southeast Asia. They don't tell you where it is, but just a Southeast Asia. But I guess I was reading comments about the movie. I guess there's certain places in Southeast Asia where they do speak a lot of English. So I guess that's why they did it, because there is Chinese spoken in the movie, which is subtitled. But this movie is a fucking blast. This movie is so fucking good. It is everything you'd want from a modern martial arts movie. Simple plot, super simple plot. This guy gets his kid abducted into like a child, a child slavery ring, basically, to and he goes to look for her and goes for revenge and just kicks everyone's ass. And then there's another guy who's basically undercover trying to expose this ring because his girlfriend reporter got killed by these guys. So their paths intersect, and then they just go on a fucking rampage. This movie is like all killer, no filler. Like that plot, that's it. That's all you get. And it's very brief. And this movie wastes no time getting to the fucking ass kicking. The fight choreography in this movie is second to none. There's so much great choreography. There's shit where you're like, how did they even do this? Because a lot of the fighting is them fighting like 4 or 5 people at once. So the amount of like shit going on at any given time is so good. Everything is shot with such weight, and like you feel every hit. And there's so many great parts in this movie. I could talk about this movie for hours. There's a part where the one guy gets this fucking hammer, and he doesn't hit him with the fucking hammer part. He hits him with the claw part, and you just hear this like, it's like, oh Jesus Christ. There's a
that sounds like that Kill movie that Sean and I went to see.
I mean, yeah, I still haven't seen
the Indian one that's like on the train. Similar kind of vibe, like very little plot, and then just
this movie is so fucking good. There's a 15-minute sledgehammer fight in this movie. It's fucking amazing. The movie ends on like, I kid you not, like probably 25-minute fight scene. And it's so fucking compelling and so good. There's a part in this movie where, so like one of my favorite parts of the movie is, so like you find out that like the kid like slavery ring is run by this crime family, but it's like the upstart like progeny, like who's actually running it. So when the like his bosses find out that that's what he's doing, they're like pissed off at him. They're like, what, you know what I mean? Like I would have expected drugs or guns, but kids, like you can't do that. So he just kills all those guys, like the young guy, the young like crime boss guy. He murders the entire crime family, including his wife by mistake. But he fucking murders all those guys. And then he takes his number one henchman, who is the bad guy from The Raid, who's been in a bunch of movies. He was in Solo, actually. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I can't ever remember his name, but he's got a very distinct look. But so his bit is he's got a fucking bow and arrow. So they go to beat up the 2 guys that have broken up their child sex ring, and you think that this movie is about to be over because the 2 main characters they beat up everybody in the child den. They free the children. They get the cops on their side because the one cop, the head cop, is like corrupt or whatever, but the good cops come through and whatever. So you think this movie is over, but you're like looking at the runtime, like there's a half an hour left. So you still have the showdown between them and the head crime boss guy and his head henchman. There's a scene in this movie where the head henchman guy kills an entire police squad with a bow and arrow. It's the fucking coolest shit I've ever seen. Like he's just
wild.
And oh my God. And the fight at the end, it's cinema. It's so good. Like, I mean, this movie, like me and Sean talk about this all the time. But we live in a post-Raid world. Like the Raid 1 and 2 set the bar so high for like martial arts action movies. And then The Night Comes for Us, who Joe Tasman, I think that's his name. Joe Tasman is in The Night Comes for Us. He's also one of the main characters in this. That's another great movie. this movie is right up there. It's so fucking good. It's so much fun. And on a technical level, the fighting just seems like it's on another plane of existence. Like I don't know how they did this shit. Because it's good too, because unlike Evil Dead Burn, a lot of these are long takes. And like I'm sure they snuck cuts in there somewhere, but a lot of this stuff is just they probably had to just go and memorize all these like fighting moves. And it's like a marvel to watch. Like it's unbelievable. And in an age, I know we talk about this shit all the time, but in an age where like everything is like CGI and bullshit, it's like these guys really fucking did this shit. And it's fucking impressive as hell. I loved it. I fucking loved it. It was so good. I can't if you like martial arts action movies, do yourself a favor, watch this. It being in English mostly will like a lot of people. Maybe this is why they did it too. I think this would, a lot of people, if you give them the Raid or something like that, that's all subtitled, it's going to turn away a certain like kind of audience. This doesn't have that problem. And the two leads are very charismatic. The one lead, by the way, is mute. He's not deaf, but he can't speak. But man, it's so fucking good. 10 out of 10. It's fucking amazing. Like I loved it. I didn't want it to be over. And it goes kind of long. I think it's about 2 hours, I think, a little over 2 hours. And like I said, there's a point in the movie where you're like, oh, this movie's over. And you're like, no, it isn't. And it just, oh my God, it just keeps upping the stakes. It's so fucking good. I loved it. Even the daughter, the little kid in this movie kicks ass. And that's hard to do. And she's great. Like I can't recommend this movie enough. Go watch The Furious. It's furiously good. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
How fast is it?
So fucking fast. It is too fast and too furious. That'll be the sequel. Dude, it kicks so much ass. I said this to Sean in text, but like I've said this a million times. It's one of my favorite Gogs stories. I saw Kick Ass with Gogs in the theater, and the scene where Hit Girl just starts murdering everybody, his chair was shaking. He was so excited. He was so fucking excited. And I said, if Gogs watches this movie, he's gonna be he's gonna shake so hard, he's gonna look like the Flash in Kingdom Come. He's just gonna be a perpetual motion blur. Because this movie is it's just
the air around him is gonna get hot.
I mean, it's like the most kick-ass thing I've ever seen. Like, it's so good. It's like, oh my God, like keep making these fucking movies, man, because this thing was so awesome. Like, I fucking loved it. It lived up to the hype and then some. I can't say enough good things about it. So go watch The Furious. It's great. And I'm going to turn my fan on. It's very hot in here. I got all worked up.
Sweet.
Talking about kicking.
Yeah. You're getting furious.
Oh, you got to watch it, dude.
You got the fury.
It's so good. Oh my God. As bad as Evil Dead Burn was, The Furious is great. I loved it. I fucking loved it. So what happened in The Amazing Spider-Man?
Oh boy, The Amazing Spider-Man. Well, we open unconventionally on a flashback. I think, right, Alec? You're gonna help me with this. We're flashback.
Yeah, it opens up with Peter is a wee lad.
Yeah, he's a little kid, and because normally the little kid superhero person is reserved for Bruce Wayne, but in this movie, Peter Parker gets to have parents who disappear.
Yeah, it's part of the movie I don't really care for.
Because there's a break-in in Richard Parker's home office related to an equation that will serve as a functional. It's not really a.
Alec, did they introduce the
really
Spider-Man's parents being spies in the regular comics, or is that an Ultimate? I know it was in the comics at some point, but
it was in the regular comics. I think it was around the same time as when Gwen Stacy came back, when they found out Norman Osborn had brought her back, and they had like a child.
Oh,
they were
you're talking
together.
About Sins Past. Oh my God, that fucking story.
I think it was in that same. I think it was that same run
Gwen
somewhere
Stacy
in there.
Clone, if I remember correctly.
They're always clones. There's always a tributary. There's always a clone with Spider-Man.
Yeah, because the current Gwen Stacy that's back, the Spider, she's from like a different universe. Great character, by the way, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, awesome character. So they have to leave, and they're like, "Hey, we gotta go." So we're dropping you off with your Uncle Ben and your Aunt May.
The best Uncle Ben and the second best Aunt May.
Yeah. Martin Sheen's really
high quality
in this. I thought Martin Sheen, but maybe I'm the only one that noticed it. He had like a weird teeth thing going on in this movie. I don't know what it was. I couldn't like his mouth looked weird. And I don't know why.
Yeah, he's kind of, I mean, he's kind of
Yeah,
just doing this where his like his top lip is curled under a
yeah. I
little
don't know
bit.
what that was.
He's showing his teeth a lot, but maybe that's just to appear older, I
I don't know.
guess. Because I don't know, this is like basically right after West Wing,
Well, the other thing
right?
is too is that I don't know how old Andrew Garfield and Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone was at this in this movie. I assume they were in their 20s. I think they're our age. But like they're playing younger because I think at one point in the movie, Gwen Stacy says she's a 17-year-old girl to is there a coffee flavored coffee? Dennis
Yeah,
Leary. Yeah.
Dennis Leary.
But anyway, so they're playing younger than they're supposed to be. Or than they
Yeah, Emma Stone was born in 88 and Garfield was born in 83,
yeah.
so Garfield's a little closer to us, but she's a good bit younger. So yeah, so he gets dropped off and he doesn't have a
There was
family
sorry,
anymore.
there was a 6 year window between The West Wing and this.
Okay. All right. So
West Wing
he's
ended in 2006, and this was 2012.
yeah.
Talk about
Okay, so
media
he's
you
like
can't watch
aged.
anymore. Jesus Christ, that show has not aged well at all.
I used to love that show.
Yeah. We just yeah, as a country we didn't quite
No,
uphold any of the
no.
premise. But that's cool. That's cool. A lot of people got involved in politics because of it, so it worked out. Um
Yeah,
so
got
now
Cal Penn decided to join the Obama administration.
that's right. That's right. And we don't have we missed out on several Harold and Kumar sequels that we could have had.
Yeah,
Oh
damn.
no.
Uh so yeah, so then we jump forward to teenage Peter Parker. He is going to Midtown Science High School in New York City.
Which I never thought about it before because in the comics they always have stupid names like that.
Yeah.
But Stacy was like, "What is the name of that high school?
Did they
Midtown
have
Science High."
science-based high school? Because the Peter Parker in the Tom Holland movies is also in like a science academy high school. Is that the thing that actually
It's a
exists?
big thing in the Spider-Man comics. I don't know if that's a real thing.
I mean, because they're like STEM schools now,
Yeah,
right? That are science tech focused kind of things. So yeah, I think it happens. It is just
it's very strange.
yeah. It's a strange it is an instantly like separating notion about why is Flash
Yeah,
going to the
yeah,
science high
exactly. Yeah,
school?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
there's I guess the Bronx High School of Science, Manhattan Hunter Science High School. So I guess those are real thingies. Maybe because New York has so many people, they have all kinds of specialized high schools.
Yeah, maybe.
you just think that there would be less dummies at this high
Yeah.
school if it's so if it's specialized, but
I mean, you'd think so, but think about like real colleges. They still let the dummies come in to get their athletic programs
that's fair, yeah. Flash
Flash-
Flash is
money,
getting
so
Flash
they
is
get
a
donors.
the booster
Flash is a
club.
DEI student.
Goddamn donors.
Flash is a
Don't say boner
Flash.
instead of don't say boner in front
Flash
of
is
my
a
son.
legacy. He's a legacy in the school.
Yeah, they're slipping
But
him
the
little
Flash only has
envelopes
a
at the
couple little
party.
scenes, but he actually has a really good
Yeah, he's
scene
quite good in this movie.
about halfway through the movie. I don't even know who
Yeah,
that guy
he's good
is.
though.
He's
Yeah,
no
I think
Joe
he was
Mangialone.
I think
But
he was on like some CW shows or something, but
One
yeah,
Tree Hill or
he
something like
he
that.
he does a good job. I think like I cringed a little bit with his like Spider-Man t-shirt at the
Yeah,
end.
that
I
was a
didn't know
lot.
that joke landed perfectly well, but it was cute, I guess.
I
Um
mean, it's true to the character because,
yeah.
like in the comics and in all the other movies, like Flash is in love with Spider-Man but hates Peter Parker,
Yeah, and
and then when he finds out they're the same person, he loses his
eventually
shit.
he becomes Venom, which is
Oh
stupid.
God,
Yeah.
anti-Venom.
Oh God.
Comics are
Yeah,
dumb.
they're pretty.
Like it's amazing that the MCU got what they got
Yeah,
out of
for
them
real.
before they went to crap because comics were so stupid. But I
Yeah.
love them.
But yeah, it's cool. This movie is like to the earnest, very like straight up sort of 90s movie version of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. This is saying like, hey, we're gonna make like a hipster MTV
Yeah, this is a lot
Spider-Man.
more contemporary.
Everybody's gonna be got a little more edge. Everybody's gonna be hotter. Like this is gonna be a hot fucking movie. Everybody's
Oh
here is a
yeah.
smoke show, and it's and the whole situation is like, what if Peter Parker skateboards and listens to good music and he can do anything he wants, but he kind of doesn't care. Like, okay, cool. So he's an edgy Peter Parker. And I don't actually dislike it.
Yeah, it
I think
works.
it
I
works
think it
as
works.
it's cool. It's a cool contrast and it makes sense. Like your studio making more Spider-Man and you're like, do we make another Spider-Man where he's a boyish doofus or do we make a Spider-Man where he
Yeah,
fucks? We're gonna make the one where he
yeah.
fucks. So yeah, so he's going to school. He's
And
get bullied by
almost,
Flash.
yeah.
What's that?
Go ahead. I'll bring it
Oh,
up later. Nothing. I'll bring it
Okay.
up in a little bit.
Yeah, because he gets bullied by Flash because he like intervenes. We get like a save the cat thing because Peter like jumps in to stop Flash from forcing a kid to like waterboard
yeah.
his
There's
lunch.
also a funny scene.
Um,
I think it's right around the same time where like a pretty girl comes up to Peter and she's like, "Oh, did you do those pictures?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you
oh
think you
yeah,
could shoot like my boyfriend's car or something?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
yeah. The notion that she's like, I want to give him a picture of his car for his birthday or something. I'm
Look,
like,
man, uh, it happens.
I just uh I I suppose there is a point in time in your life when like you would want a framed photo of the automobile
I
you own
mean,
from a significant other,
I
but
don't know
like
if you went to high school as many doofuses as me and Alec, but there's definitely people there that would probably want portraits of their car on their fucking wall.
Oh yeah, but they wanted portraits of their like 1991 Chevy, not
There
F10,
was
whatever the
some
Chevy ones are called,
Silverado
Z71
or
there was
pickup.
something.
some
Yeah.
Yeah.
dipshit in our school that had that like chroma color shit. You remember that? Where it like looks a different color depending on how the light hits it. It was on like a fucking like Dodge, and he was so fucking proud of the thing. I was like, what the fuck?
You say dipshit, I say hero.
Alec, you probably know what I'm talking about.
I know the car. I can't remember whose it was.
Let's dox his ass.
But he also had those like windows that had like the mirror tint on them. You
Yes.
couldn't see
Yeah.
into them at all, and I thought that was awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, it was like a
It was a
Dodge Neon.
neon. It was definitely a
That's
neon. Yeah,
wild.
Dodge.
You just want the flashiest neon available. Uh, so yeah, so Peter's handsome, but he's still a dud in this school. So he's getting picked on. He gets Flash punches him, but then Gwen Stacy has been looming around, and she's the Flash whisperer. She basically goes in and says, "Hey, sun's getting real low," and
Yeah,
Flash settles
yeah, yeah.
down and leaves.
Also, misogyny alert, but Emma Stone looks great in this movie. I have a big crush on Emma Stone just in general, but give her that Gwen Stacy hair and that like kind of 60s look. Oh yeah, give it yeah, all.
And
She's
okay,
also good
and
in the
here's
movie,
the thing
by
is,
the way. I thought
natural redhead Emma
yeah,
Stone being blonded when we had natural blonde
yeah, that's true.
Kirsten Dunst being
That's
redhead.
true. I remember
But then Gwen Stacy in the original trilogy had natural redhead.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Ron
That's
Howard's
right.
daughter,
Yeah.
That's
blonded
right.
up for Gwen Stacy.
Yeah,
That's right. I
yeah.
forgot.
They just can't. It's because blondes don't look blonde on camera. You got to tape some cats.
Yeah, yeah. How do you make
Uh,
count? I don't know. You tape some cats again.
so he's got a crush on Gwen. Um, I think they like kind of have some flirty looks, but nothing happens yet. Then Peter is digging around in his dad's office and finds his briefcase.
Yeah, something like
Is this right? And then
Yeah.
he finds out
Well,
that he
first
like. Oh, go ahead.
after Peter gets punched, Gwen is like kind of flirting with him, but like we're not sure if she even knows who he is. She's like
Yeah.
asking him his name, then she acts like it's just to make sure he doesn't have a
that was
concussion.
a
But
that
then
was a
she's
cute
like,
that
"Are
was
you
a cute
sure?"
line. I like that line. She's like, I know your name, but do you know your name? I like I don't know, man. Like the like I've said this about Raimi's. I never bought the relationship between Kirsten Dunst and Toby Maguire, even though it's like a central point of all three of those movies. It just never worked for me. This movie does a much better job between those two. I feel like they have much better chemistry and like their little like meet cute stuff. I felt like it worked. I felt like it was a lot better. It was a lot
Yeah.
better handled.
They got stars in their eyes for each other.
But
for
but
sure.
again, and I said this in chat, they have I couldn't get over this. They have all the chemistry they have in this movie is gone in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I could not, as watching this movie, I was like, how did they make this and then make Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is so astronomically bad? Like, I don't understand. And I think all the same people were involved in both movies. It's just, anyway.
Dennis Leary wasn't in the movie, I guess.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, it was because of Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary's he's a magnetizing force underneath
Dennis
set.
Leary.
Uh, So yeah, so he discovers this link between his dad and Oscorp, and then he wants to get into Oscorp, so he goes and shows up for an Oscorp internship day and just takes the badge of a student, an
Another
ethnic
good,
student, a student
another
of
good
color.
joke.
Yes.
Another good joke. I'm telling you, the jokes in this movie landed for me because he takes the name tag. It's like Umberto Garcias, and she's like, "Are you Umberto Garcias?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "Yes," and she's like Gracias, and he's like, or no, he goes Peter Parker goes Gracias, she goes Donata, like that shit. I don't know. I thought that shit was funny to me.
Yeah, but he's rolling with it. Uh, and Gwen is the head lab tech. So Gwen's like second glow up because she goes from like plaid
Oh
skirt
yeah,
and knee high
to lab
socks
coat.
to now she's got white lab coat on and let's get serious clipboard. And so she talks to all the people about how they're doing uh, some cross species genetic research, and all because Dr. Kurt Connors is there. So we get our first glimpse of Reese Ifans, I think, is the actor. Um,
Yes.
he shows
He's
up.
the he's the kicker from the
Oh
replacements
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
that pissed all his money away on the bar.
And I think he's great.
he's
I think he's great in the
he
movie. Like
again.
he's a like in the vein of
He's
Doctor
another
Octopus,
tragic figure.
like similar like just Alfred Molina-esque
Now,
performance of like I like this guy. It's a
I like him
bummer.
a lot, but we'll get into like towards the end, like his character just goes off the deep end and it's a little much when he's trying to like make New
Ooh,
York into
Yeah.
lizard people and it's like, okay, like I don't, that
Yeah,
part,
yeah, it's yeah, that I had a hard
yeah.
time with that too because I was like, "Oh, you nothing happened to your brain, but you've now decided that this is the only way." And like I get being desperate enough. Anyway, we'll get there. Okay, so they're doing this cross species
in order
work.
for everybody who's lost a limb to grow that limb back, he wants
Yes.
the entire world to become lizard people.
Yeah. Cuz he's missing his arm, and so he's working on a cure for that, and he also kind of thinks that like, science can make everybody better or impervious or perfectly healthy, blah blah blah. So Peter sneaks into the restricted laboratory because he wants to learn more about what his dad was working on. And there's some what is it, the stability equation or something like that. I can't remember what the
Something
name of the
like that.
equation
It's
is.
the
Decay
it's
rate
the
algorithm
Belisarius
is what it was.
Yeah.
memorandum all over again.
Yeah. The Belisarius. So so he's like curious about what this is about, and he's also like, hey, Kurt Connor's working with my dad, so what's going on? So he goes into the room where they've got the genetically modified spiders, and you guys all know what happens there.
Again, this is one of my problems. I don't like how he gets to be Spider-Man in this movie. I don't. I one thing, and I guess it's you're gonna have to compare this to all the other Spider-Man movies. One thing I loved about the Spider-Man in the current MCU is that Homecoming didn't fuck with his origin at all. They didn't care. They were like, "You guys know what fucking Spider-Man is. Like, just fucking do that." And I
Yep.
feel like the worst parts of this movie is like it takes him too long to become Spider-Man. And it's kind of like I felt like the beginning, like I liked a lot of the high school stuff. I thought they did a good job building up the characters, but like him turning into Spider-Man is kind of clunky and like
This movie trades on a lot of like physical
yeah,
comedy from this point forward for like 20 minutes, where it's like, oh, he's just like knocking things over, grabbing ladies' boobs by
yeah,
mistake. He's ripping
Destroying like
yeah.
actually
That
destroying his
yeah.
bathroom.
Also,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Not in the way that I destroy my bathroom every
I've
day,
never
but
really
legitimately destroying his
as a
bathroom.
lifelong Spider-Man fan, one of my favorite characters. I have they ever explained how he doesn't stick to a wall? Because like I know he sticks to walls, but like he controls it. But like they never really explain how he can like not.
Because like spiders have little
Well,
hairs
they
that
do
they
it in
can
the Raimi
extend
in the
and
Raimi
retract,
movie.
right?
They show that. That remember in the Raimi movie they
Yeah.
show the little hairs, but I don't think in comics they've ever talked about that. Though Alec will
Huh.
appreciate this. I remember there was some like side back issue thing where they like showed in comic book form like all of Spider-Man's different abilities, and they showed his like tentile strength. That's like the to like stick to something, and they showed Colossus like pulling him off a wall, but the wall was still sticking to his hands to show how it's like
Yeah, he's like
I
ripping the
fucking
bricks off
love
the
that
wall.
shit, and they showed how
That's funny.
like I think I could be wrong. I don't know his power level, but I think Spider-Man is technically one of the strongest characters. Like his spider strength is like one of the strongest characters in the MCU.
This movie does imply
Yeah.
that like he's he is doing a lot of
Yeah.
insane damage and like punching through people kind
I,
of
do, I
stuff.
just let it be known. I
Um,
do love Spider-Man. It's my favorite character. I love Spider-Man to death. Like I said last week, every movie would be better if Spider-Man was in it, and I stand by that.
Oh yeah.
Like Spider-Man rules.
Imagine if Argo had Spider-Man, it'd be way shorter.
Absolutely. And it'd be fun because he'd be
yeah.
shooting his webs and jumping around. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like I fucking love Spider-Man.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so he becomes Spider-Man, and then he's riding the subway on the way back, and
Accidentally sexually
some
assaults a woman.
well, and as people do on the subway, one, you sleep on the subway, and two, a person tries to balance a beer bottle on your forehead on
Yeah.
the subway to mess with you, and then he spider sense tingles, catches the bottle, ends up sticking
Yeah,
to the
and
roof of
like
the subway car.
the dude that put the beer on his head, like that was supposed to be his girlfriend. Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of
Also,
here.
like
Yeah.
Like, what world is
one thing
this?
about
News to
well,
a
there's a
couple.
lot of one things, but one thing about this movie that I feel like his spider sense is kind of inconsistent because at one point, little later on in this movie, he literally dodges bullets because of his spider sense, but later on he can't like avoid a punch. Like a cop shoots at him and he like fucking matrix his way out of it. I guess because of his spider sense. But like that's a little much. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So we get a lot of zany how do my powers work
Yeah.
stuff like we alluded to. He's brushing his teeth and he tries to flush the toilet and knocks the toilet over, and then he tries to turn the water off in the sink and he rips the entire faucet off the sink, and then he tries to open the
Doesn't
bathroom
squeeze the
door and
whole
rips the
tube of
doorknob
toothpaste
off.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
The toothpaste shoots everywhere, like
one of
it's
my
ejaculating.
favorite parts of the movie is before he becomes Spider-Man, he helps Uncle Ben fix the condensate drain on his HVAC unit. And as a guy in HVAC, I was like, look at that. My trade is represented. It's like I gotta fix the condensate drain. Hell yeah. I know what that is. So
I
That's
felt that
right.
way later when I was at the bodega buying a milk jug.
yeah,
I remember those chugs. Those things were
Those were
fucking
good.
awesome.
He's so
that
so
fucking
thirsty
have a
slash
penny.
hungry
That
from all
have
of
a
his
penny, take a penny guy was an asshole. You can leave a
Yeah,
penny. You
oh,
can't
man.
take a penny. It's what
$10.
robbed.
It's a $10 policy. You have to spend $10 to take a penny. That's
we'll get into it
look,
because it's gonna happen soon.
he's the one who's ultimately responsible for.
I felt like the Uncle Ben death in this was a clever way to do it. Like I liked how, the guy robs the store, he lets the guy go, and then that guy like I thought like we've seen the Uncle Ben death a couple of times now, and I thought that was clever. Like I liked that use of it.
Well, this one really okay. So yeah, so Peter is learning how to Spider-Man, doesn't really know how to do it. He goes to visit Connors again. They talk about his father, and he gives Connors the algorithm, and he's like, "Oh shit, where did you get this?" and blah blah blah. So then he gets home late because he was supposed to pick Aunt May up from Bridge Club or whatever it was, but he totally
we
skipped out
over
on it.
the cute little scene where he gets detention or whatever, and Ben has to come to school to like
Oh,
talk to him,
Yeah.
and Ben's like giving him the business, but then as soon as Ben sees Gwen Stacy, he's like, "Hey, that's that girl that's on your computer."
yeah.
yeah,
And just
yeah.
embarrasses the shit out of him.
And
Like
yeah,
Martin
it is.
Sheen is so good in his short amount of time in this movie.
Yeah, it really kind of makes you wish that they would have gone ahead and let him just be around a whole other movie. Like I don't know, because you can do whatever you want with this. But anyway,
Yeah, like who cares if Uncle Ben's in a whole movie?
and he's
then he
just
dies in the
he's so
next one or
fucking
something.
charming. Like he was in the whole Madam Web movie,
Right.
so like let him be in a Spider-Man movie. Um, so yeah, that stuff happens. Peter gets to be like, "Well, you're not on my computer," and then she's like, "You're on my computer," and for some reason, this turns Gwen Stacy on, which a normal woman would be like, "You've been touching up a photo of me on your computer at home, you weirdo." But it's a movie, suspension
She
of
likes
disbelief.
him.
Yeah, she likes him, and so it's flattering instead of gross. So Peter ends up foregoing picking up Aunt May for something, and so Aunt May has to walk home from work like 16 blocks in the
Right.
dark, and Uncle Ben's pissed. So he's yelling at Peter about Peter being a shithead. And Peter gets mad at them, and he's like, "You're not my parents, and I don't even have parents," and
Yeah, this
all
is
the kind of
it's not
classic-y
a phase
stuff.
mom scene. Yeah, very.
Yeah, I don't want your life. And then he leaves
I
and
don't want your life.
he slams the beautiful glass door to their house and shatters the Parker residence in this is
Yeah, it's
great.
nice. I will
Like
say though,
it's a cool
and
cool
again,
spot.
both everybody in the movie is good, but like I don't know why. Like, why didn't they cast like teenage actors for these roles? Like, I don't know what the thought is behind that because I do think like a little of my disbelief doesn't get suspended because I feel like Andrew Garfield reads too old. So like his like
Sure.
rebellious teenager thing, it's like, yeah, but you're like 26. Like I don't know, but that's a Hollywood thing. I don't know why they do that because I feel like it would kind of work better. Like, I don't know, it'd be kind of more interesting if Spider-Man is like 16 years old or 17 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
29
yeah, it's not.
in
Well,
the
I mean,
movie.
they did that with the new MCU, and it worked out
Well, yeah,
great.
but even
Yeah.
like, well, Tom Holland just looks like a child. Like, I think he was probably the same age as Garfield. Like, he's just very small. Yeah, he's a
Maybe.
little guy, but he does. To your point, though, he does read a lot younger than he is. So yeah, I agree.
But yeah, all three of them, him and MJ and
Oh yeah,
Ned, or not,
yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
Ned.
Hmm. Yeah.
I always confuse them because they blended two characters together, and I always forget if it's Ned or
Well,
Ganke.
Ned is. I'm still waiting for Ned to become Hobgoblin in the next movie. So that's for you comic book people out
That will be
there.
interesting if that happens. Uh, so yeah,
You see that
so Peter
you
stomps
see the
off.
fat guy throwing, you see the dude throwing pumpkin bombs. Oh my god, make it happen, Marvel. Why can't
I mean,
why
maybe they
can't I
will.
be in charge of the MCU? Oh my god.
He just gets exhausted after like three throws. He's like, "Fuck this."
He
Never
makes them
mind.
into he doesn't make pumpkin bombs, he makes pumpkin pie bombs that he eats and ends up killing himself. Is that too mean?
I think it's clever.
Alec
uh,
will Alec
so
would like
yeah,
to correct
so
me though, because Ned Leeds was, I believe, the second Hobgoblin, but anyway.
Yeah, he
Yeah, it's
wasn't
the
the first
second
one.
one. No, no. Alec was over there dying to correct me.
Well, actually,
rest assured, listeners, someone will be fired for that
Yeah.
blunder. So yeah, so Ben goes to find Peter because Peter's now stomping around at night in Manhattan. And so Ben goes out there and he's like calling for Peter, blah blah blah. Peter goes into the corner store and he wants to
technically,
buy that milk
technically
jug.
steals a milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does technically steal milk. He's literally a penny
To be
short of
fair,
having
like
enough
we said,
money.
that guy at the counter was a fucking asshole. So like I feel like he
Yeah.
kind of earned that milk. You know what I mean? Like fuck him.
Yeah. I mean that the guy behind the counter is ultimately responsible for Uncle Ben's
Yes,
death
agreed.
too, because it's just like if this guy wasn't such a dick, he probably would have gotten robbed in the first place. They wouldn't have had any reason to be like,
I do
So
like
yeah,
the fact that the fucking evil criminal robber is like, hey, that guy was being a jerk. Here's your milk. Like,
yeah,
even
yeah,
that guy's
yeah.
like, what the fuck was that guy's problem? As he got a gun to the guy.
So yeah, so as the criminal's running away, like they see that he's got a gun. Uncle Ben's right there. He ends up like trying to wrestle him. The gun gets dropped. Uncle Ben's like trying to go after the guy. And it is like
Good.
it's a real scene of like, oh, this is more tragic than just like he's sitting in the car waiting to pick him up and a guy walks out and shoots him to steal the
Yeah.
car. It's like he was doing a heroic thing. Like Ben was being what Peter should have
Also,
been,
watching this
right?
movie, I was reminded that in Spider-Man 3, they retconned it that Sandman killed Uncle Ben, which is so fucking
Oh yeah,
stupid.
that's terrible. So Uncle Ben dies, bleeds out on the sidewalk as is usual and required by
Yeah.
law. And so Peter starts going on a vendetta. He's like Ronin
It's very
at this
it's very
point.
Batman year one because he's like he doesn't really have a
Yeah.
suit yet and he's just kind of beating people up. It's a fucking great this sequence is really well done.
He's
Yeah,
just
because he
listening to the police scanner for anybody who fits the
Yeah, because
description
he's
of the guy who killed
got
Uncle
like
Ben, and he hunts them
a
all
heart
down.
tattoo or something on his wrist or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, he's got like a star tattoo on his wrist,
Yeah.
and then yeah, because Peter almost Tupac and Juice's one
That's
guy
right, yeah.
who doesn't have the tattoo. He's like ready to drop him off a building. But yeah, so he's going through just getting into these things, and then some buzz starts to build because a person catches this. He's webbing up some criminals who he doesn't kill. So then he does the I'm gonna make my own stuff because I'm a world class seamstress situation. He
He
builds
makes
his
his
suit.
webbing in this, right? He doesn't have organic webs in this, right? I think.
He doesn't. He doesn't have organic webs, but he steals the webs
Oh,
from
that's
Oscorp.
right. He finds.
Because they show that like video of like the tensile
Yeah,
strength.
that's right.
Like
That's right.
it can pull like a jumbo jet.
Yeah, because he
But
has
then he creates
mechanical
his
web
little.
shooters.
He steals the webbing and he steals the little cartridges, but he creates, I think, the
Yeah, that's
shooters
right.
that shoot it.
Yeah, so he's out doing his revenge streak, and then Gwen's like, "Hey, you're hot. Let's go. Come over to my house for dinner. Do you like
Branzino.
Branzino?"
What is
Yeah.
that? I've never heard of that in my life.
It's a fish.
It's an Italian fish dish. It's like you eat the whole fish with the head on,
They like
kind of thing.
they like steam the whole fish, I think.
Yeah. I think
bake
it's like a
but it's like-
long
Is it any
cooked
good? Is it
situation.
good?
Yeah.
Never had it.
I've
I don't
never
know.
had it. I just know of it.
Yeah, she's
I'm
like,
not
you like
Italian.
Branzino? I'm like, what the hell? Isn't that rapper that hated Eminem? Like,
That they say Branzino like 50
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, they
It's
like
Also,
they're really like
Peter
making
not trying to
Branzino
look
happen.
conspicuous as fucking hell shows up on her fucking fire escape. It's like, come on, dude.
On the 12th story or whatever. Yeah. Well, because he doesn't want to because he says like the doorman was intimidating, so
Again,
he just
funny,
like
very
went,
charming.
yeah. He's cute. He's a quirky little guy. He's a flirt. He's a
To your
handsome
point
flirty
earlier
guy.
about Gwen finding out that Peter had her on her computer, and she's like, "Oh, that's cute." Like this fucking psycho shows up at her first date, coming through my bedroom window. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you could make a horror cut of this trailer pretty easily, where it would be like, oh god, this guy's everywhere. They're having dinner with Dennis Leary, who's George Stacy, and he doesn't like Spider-Man because he doesn't like vigilantes. He believes that there's a right way to do law enforcement, and he's the guy who's doing it. So they have a very 2012 version of this conversation that no one would ever have
always
now.
hilarious.
And he believes that right up until Spider-Man. He needs Spider-Man to save his daughter.
I mean,
and
to be fair,
Yeah.
that's a
it's like, oh, vigilantes
that's a
are fine.
very like comic booky trope in and of itself. Like, oh, I hate Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but like you know what I mean? Like it works. Like I like it. Also, this movie, I hate Dennis Leary like a lot. Like I find him super annoying, but he's good in this movie.
Yeah,
he's doing exactly. He knows exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
and he does it.
he's good in this movie.
Yeah. He's very grounded in this, which is nice because he doesn't do anything. I wanted to
Like
make
it's
more like
Spider-Man
coffee
flavored
flavored
Spider-Man.
but yeah.
There's also a cute scene where it's in this scene where Gwen Stacy's trying to like vamp and buy time because Peter's in her room and she's trying to figure out how to get him downstairs without knowing. But she's like, he's like, you want some ice cream or something? He's like, oh, I'm on my period or something like that. And it's like a very like, again, like this movie does a very good job at like the little dialogue, like the kind of inconsequential dialogue. Like it felt very real. Like, I don't know. It didn't feel like over the top and goofy. Like, I don't know. I appreciated that.
Yeah, it's like, and it's informed by like the late 2000s teen movies that were like, oh, teenagers can talk about whatever, and they talk really fast, and this is what Emma Stone did,
Yeah.
right? Like Easy A style
But they
stuff.
felt more like realized. I don't know. I felt like even Colonel Stacy or Captain, whatever his fucking name, like he felt like he felt like a real character. He didn't feel like like a General Ross, like I gotta get Spider-Man, like you know what I mean, or, like mustache twirling kind of character.
Yeah, so yeah, they have a pretty like reasonable argument at the dinner table, even though like I feel like if it was the first time I was at a girl's house that I liked, I wouldn't be like starting shit with her dad at dinner. But Peter's
but
also
you're not the guy that he's trashing.
True.
Also,
yeah.
Like,
and I'm not a
trashing.
teenager who
You would
doesn't
just be
have like
trashing.
self-control.
in the parlance of this movie,
Nate would just be trashing cops.
That's
he wouldn't
true.
be trashing himself, the superhero.
but also like
That's
in the
fair.
parlance of this movie, like it's kind of, I think you can kind of infer that Peter hasn't had a lot of first dates. Like he hasn't been around a lot, so he's kind of awkward in that sense. Maybe I'm doing a little work for the movie.
Yeah, but Peter legit knows what he's doing because after the argument, they're on the roof and they fucking make out, and you're like, oh, these two people have kissed each other before.
Is
Like
this when he
this
just is
is
this when he just jumps off the roof?
yeah, he's gonna
And
jump
she's
off
just
the roof
like,
immediately
and
after.
she's like, oh no, or something like that.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, so it turns out I'm Spider-Man, and she's like, cool, that's hot. And then they're
Yeah.
just like down each other's throats for 5 minutes, and then mom pops out and is like, oh, okay, well, you need to come inside. And then she goes inside, and yeah, Peter Swan dives off the building. Uh, about this time, Dr. Connors has been making some progress with his experiment. They got a mouse that they've been injecting with the thing, and he's got some of the mouse's limb to grow back, but it's not perfect. The mouse has like lizard arms, so it's
It might be a
weird.
little later. There's a part where Connors is with Peter Parker and they're going through all the experiments and it's like dead mouse, dead mouse, dead mouse, dead. It's like, Jesus Christ, stop killing all these fucking mice.
Well, those were just I thought
Oh,
that
they weren't
too,
real
but I
mice.
realized those were just
Oh, okay.
simulations. They were just
Oh,
sequencing the DNA through like a
I
program
misunderstood.
to see what the outcome would be.
It
Because I
wasn't
thought
like
that
Kyle
too.
MacLachlan in season two
Yeah,
of
it was like a
Fallout.
fucking mouse
Yeah,
apocalypse.
I thought that, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's like
Yeah,
really dark for a Spider-Man who's killing all these mice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Kyle MacLachlan in season 2 of Fallout, just killing
yeah.
people until he finds the right
I mean, I felt
frequency.
bad for the number of mice he killed before he found the right person, but oof. So yeah, so he's making some progress, and then Connor's boss comes down and is like, "Hey, fuck you! You got to start doing human trials, or I'm pulling
Well,
funding." And Connors is like, "We're gonna kill
it's
people."
because Norman. This I thought. Did anybody else feel like this is a weird choice? Because they talk about Norman, but they never show him. They
No, but do you remember in the second
no,
one,
I don't.
Norman is Chris Cooper,
Oh, that's
and he
right.
just
That's
dies.
right.
He just like dies. Like they don't even do
Yeah,
anything
that's
with him.
right. I forgot about that. But yeah, but they want Connor's research sped up because Norman has some sort of like terminal illness, and they're hoping
Yeah, I'm guessing based on Spider-Man 2, I'm guessing like ALS or
something
multiple
like that.
sclerosis
Yeah.
or something like that because it's like
But they
degenerative.
never show Norman. And I thought that was weird. I was like, why didn't you like there should be like a scene of Norman in the hospital or something, but maybe I don't know, they didn't cast him.
They're probably afraid because it's hard to like. We can't bring Willem Dafoe in here, and we don't want to create
I
this
mean, Chris
character.
Cooper is a
We're
pretty
doing
good
different
actor.
characters.
You could have thrown Chris
Yeah.
Cooper in there. You know, I don't.
Oh, he could have done it. I mean, I can see like studio
Yeah,
anxiety being
true.
like the other movies had the Green Goblin in all three of them, and we can't do that
Yeah,
again.
I
No
can see
more.
that. I then I question why even bring up Norman at all. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, no, you could. Yeah, you could
Yeah, like
use
why
a.
even use Oscorp if that's to like use
Yeah, there's a
Roxxon
million
or
other Marvel things, science based things that you could, they work for the fucking Future Foundation or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then again,
So
it's
yeah,
Sony Marvel stuff, so who knows what they could use and couldn't use. Like,
that's a good point. Yeah, they might not have had access to a
yeah,
lot of stuff.
and they don't even know what they're doing with Sony
that's
Marvel.
fair too. That's another fair point.
Yeah. So yeah, so Connors is like, shit, I gotta do this. So he he gets fired, and then Connors is like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna like have to do something because the guy's gonna go test this on like veterans or
Yeah,
something.
no, they
Is
wanted.
that
Yeah,
was
they
that the
wanted
plan?
to like. They were like, if you don't do it, we're gonna test it at some kind of like memorial hospital or something. It's like the most.
They're gonna test it. Take it to like
Yeah, the
Walter
most
Reed.
evil
Yeah.
fucking plan ever. It's like, well, if this doesn't work, we're just gonna fucking shoot up a bunch of veterans, which isn't too far away from probably something that's happening in real life, knowing our administration.
Tuskegee
Yeah,
experiments being an
Yeah,
example. So
that's exactly what I
yeah.
was thinking.
yeah. So Connors, because he's a good man, is like, okay, fine, I have to do something. So he shoots himself up with the stuff.
His
And then he passes out and he wakes up and he has like a really
dude,
gross,
his
big fat gummy
lizard
arm.
arm is so disgusting. When it's like, oh god, it looks so nasty.
But it's cool because then he's like, oh, wait, I can peel the husk of mucusy stuff off of this. And then he has kind of a puffy
Yeah.
So
human arm
if you cut
underneath.
your wiener off, would you get a bigger lizard wiener, or would you get the same wiener that you had before?
Ooh. I guess it depends what lizard you
I
were
mean, at first
injected
it would be
with.
like the same one, but it would slowly turn into a lizard
Shit.
one.
Yeah, all right.
He's got a lizard hog. So yeah. So he
It replacing his dick with a
He's got
cloaca.
it. He's like, shit, I got to switch my
God.
research to horse DNA.
All right, I got my arm back. Now let's work on the other parts.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the short side of his research is he doesn't go like, "Hey, look, this worked. So let me have money for other stuff." Yeah. So he then goes into a rage and he turns fully into a lizard man, but we don't really see that happen. It's just he's a lizard man chasing down his boss on the Williamsburg Bridge, and he honestly like looks like a mutant Super Goomba from 1993's Super Mario Brothers.
Hate the lizard design in this movie. I think it looks terrible. Like,
it is horrendous, and it looks worse than I remember. And I remember at the time being like, man, I really like this movie, but then lizard looks like shit.
Thing is, you could just give him like a lizard shaped face, and instead it's like, no, he's gonna have like a weird green penis head.
Yeah.
He's gonna look like Jeff Bezos.
I mean, you said it exactly
with
right.
A lizard
he
body.
Looked like the Goombas from fucking Mario Brothers. He looks terrible. And the thing is, there's a YouTube channel that I follow that all they do is look at like unused concept art from different comic book movies. Like, this is how it could have looked. They showed a bunch of lizard art, like concept artwork, and it looks so much better because like he had more of like a snout. Like he looked more like a lizard.
Yeah. He just needs some snout. He doesn't need to have like a full snout, but I mean, just give him like let him be a lizard.
Looks really bad. Like it.
The rest of him is a lizard.
It looks like I don't know why they gave him like more of a like a human face, but it looks really bad. Like it's awful. So
Peter shows up and he's saving the day.
I don't think
we
said it, but at this point, Peter has his suit and everything. At this point, he got his Spiderman suit.
Yeah, he made his suit. He's doing the whole thing. So he's out there. He's catching cars with webs. He's in cars with comedians having coffee. It's great. And coffee flavored coffee. And he sees that he's got the lizard man there. He's gonna fight him. Tries to fight him. Can't really because the guy slings a minivan with a young boy over the bridge, and so Peter has to make a decision. And so and Peter
twist. Remember that for later.
Yeah. Peter himself was once a young boy who lost people. So he recognizes that he has to save this one little boy rather than stop the lizard killing machine. So he does that. And his dad, who is of indeterminate career at this point in the film, is like, "Hey, thanks. That was really cool of you that you did that thing for me." And he's like, "Okay, good. Thanks. I'm glad I did that. New York will be here for me later when I need them." So
yeah, I'll remember this if our paths ever cross again.
Specifically in the skies. So then the cops are trying to figure out what's going on. They can't put anything together. So they start a manhunt for both the lizard and for Spider-Man. So then this is where it's kind of weird because Connors figures out that Peter is Spider-Man. How?
I forget.
No, I don't remember how he figures it out.
His camera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he finds.
He rips his camera off his neck or something, and it says "property of Peter Parker."
Okay, so he finds that because somebody's been using a label maker on their camera.
That old skis.
Aunt May's Christmas present really did Peter wrong in this part of the
movie. So Lizard shows up.
I bet you labeled that stupid camera with the label maker too when it fell down the well.
That's right.
So Lizard shows up at Science High School and starts shit. He wants to attack Peter, so they have a fight. Peter webs him in a circle in all directions and then throws Gwen Stacy out a window, but catches her, which is nice foreshadowing for the next movie where she is not caught in a similar fashion.
God, that fucking scene.
It's
terrible. And
I don't remember if I shared it with you guys, but there's a TikTok where they do all these scenes like in Lego form.
That's funny.
And they did that scene of her with the clock tower falling. But when she hits the ground, she just explodes into a pile of Legos.
Oh God! Do you remember? And
it's really
the
funny.
thing that kills me about that scene is remember they like zoom in on like the spider webbing and it looks like a hand. I'm like, oh my God, shoot me in the fucking face! Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, oh God.
Yeah, it's like you've already got all of the stakes here. You don't need to up them in any way. Just shoot it
God, Amazing
responsibly so that
Spider-Man 2
everybody
is
can be
so
sad
bad.
about what happened.
It's so bad.
So they fight, and Peter hits him with a trophy or something, and then Connors just runs away. So then Peter chases him into the sewers, and there's like a lab. We kind of skipped over Connor's whole thing is he goes into the sewers and he's in his lab and he's like, now that this one thing has happened, I have to make everybody a lizard. This is the
I thought
thing.
this sword fight was really well done. Like how he had like the big web and they're like fighting in the web over the big water pit. Like I thought that looked really good. Like I thought all that.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
thought that looked great.
Yeah, that was very cool. Yeah, the Connor's heel turn is a little weird.
Yeah,
because he is like camcordering, like this is the next thing, and it's like I'm just gonna keep injecting myself with this. It's like, well, what if you've kind of proved that
you already
it works?
got it.
Like, is the scientific like again? It comes to the like at least Doc Ock had like a brain
right
AI overtaking. Like you don't have a good explanation
no,
for why.
it's silly. And then his ultimate plan is he wants to make everyone a lizard, and it's like you got lizards running into the sewer. Like, what? It kind of falls apart. Like it's like okay, like I don't know. He needs like a secondary motivation or something, or like give me some drop line about the serum's affecting his brain too, because it's like it just doesn't really work. And then at the end, like
even if you're gonna do a false like his lizard brain is taking over, and so he's only reacting on instinct.
Yeah, I don't know.
And his instinct is to turn the city into lizards.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
That's all real lizards want to do. They just want to turn everything
else into lizards.
So Peter figures this out, and they're gonna unleash the biochemical bomb from Oscorp Tower. So Peter chases after him.
I have a slight addendum that could make this movie better that I just thought about. What if instead of turning the city into lizards, what if he makes like a bomb that just affects Oscorp because he's mad at them? And then Peter still has to save a bunch of people in a building because it's it's collateral damage. It's gonna affect everybody around Oscorp or whatever, not the entire city. Like make it more localized because he's mad at Oscorp. I get that, but like all of New York, like I don't know.
Yeah, it is weird because it's like he has an entirely humanitarian aim because he's like everybody should have this improved version of existence, but he doesn't. He's also like not super happy with anything that's going on. Like, so it would be he needs more time where he needs a little more of a fly period where he's like going to the bar and breaking a guy's arm and doing all that stuff. If that happened, I could buy it. A great
comparison. But yeah, I agree.
Or Superman 2, or Clark Kent's flicking coffee beans, breaking all the liquor bottles.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, you need like a little bit of a slow burn before he goes fully off the deep end. So they're fighting on the Oscorp Tower. Captain Stacy shows up, figures out that he's Spider-Man. They're getting into a whole thing. Spider-Man can't wait. Spider-Man gets to the tower because of the help of the man, right? All the crane operators.
Yeah, but
because he's like real beat up after the sewer fight.
Captain Spacey lets Spider-Man go because he tells him that Gwen is at Oscorp where the lizard is. So he lets Spider-Man go because he knows he can save Gwen. And then Spider-Man gets shot as he's going to save her because cops can't stop shooting people, even Spider-Man.
It's true.
He's not even in his black suit, so it doesn't make any sense. Hey.
He was headed right for us.
Damn. So Peter has been shot and he's having a hard time getting around the city. So then all of this guy whose kid he saved from a minivan that would have fallen off the bridge is like, oh, I'm a crane operator and I'm also part of the crane operators union and there's 90,000 of us and we're all here. So take this video game platforming level to the final boss. And Peter does. And then he gets up there and he fights with Connors for a little bit. He's getting beat up. Then Captain Stacy shows up there and has a shotgun. They've got like liquid nitrogen. They're freezing Lizard. And then Peter's going to go disarm the bomb. But they run out of liquid nitrogen at just the perfect time. And liquid nitrogen in this movie doesn't work the way that it worked in Mindhunters, where you just immediately freeze and explode. It actually wears off after a little bit. So Lizard.
I think how liquid nitrogen actually works is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't think you die immediately, but I also don't think it wears off once you
No.
breathe.
No, I think because
I think your
isn't
cells
the
are
thing
pretty
like you
much
dip a flour
fucked.
in liquid nitrogen, like you can shatter it like glass.
Yeah.
It depends on how dense the material is that you're breaking, and how long it's been
I
in there.
guess lizard material is pretty dense.
Yeah, he's probably like a leather suitcase
He's
all
a thick
over.
boy.
So so they Lizard ends up giving Captain Stacy one to the gut. We don't know it's fatal, but it will be. And he chases up there, and he and Peter are fighting. But then it starts where like does he get the antidote on him a little bit? Because it's like he's
Yeah, it's
starting
something
to
like that.
become Dr. Connors before the end of the movie. Like it's starting to wear off a little bit. Maybe that's what it
Yeah.
is like the dose starts to wear off, so his arm starts to shrivel, whatever. Um, so then Peter's able to get the antidote out, and Stacy's dad dies. Connors like turns back into a regular guy, and he's like, "Oh man, that was a real trip. Sorry." and and then it's like, okay, movie over. But then we jump to Peter. Oh yeah, Captain Stacy is like, "Hey, don't go near Gwen.
Yeah.
Like you're dangerous. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. Promise me that you won't go near her." And then he dies. So Peter's like, "Well, I got to keep this promise because I made a promise to a dying man." So he does, but then the movie is like, "But that's not interesting." So we get a very moody funeral sequence where everybody's got umbrellas and Gwen is looking up to not see that Peter is looming on the top of the church, staring at the funeral procession. And then she gets mad at him for not being around, and he's like, and then she figures out, kind of without any reason, like, oh, he made you promise not to see me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah. And then she walks away, and then they're going back to school,
Which I
and
liked. I don't know.
Peter
I
sits
felt like
behind
that.
her.
I don't know. That landed for me. Like she understood. She's like, you told him, and he's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That it worked. I don't know. It felt like if
Yeah, no, I think it was like I think it works in this movie
it
pretty
was a little
well.
more to me.
I like the way it resolves better at the very end with the like Peter sitting down and being like,
Yeah, but to me,
not
it
every
worked a
promise
little
has
bit
to be
better
kept.
than in the Maguire one, where it's just like I can't be I'm Spider-Man and I can't be with you, and then they cry. Like I don't know, this felt a little more earned, but again, I felt like the relationship part in this movie, they just did a much better job.
Yeah, things are generally more realistic in this movie in a way that it isn't melodrama. It's more like, no, these are actually like real people with human motivations, not just kind of like action figures that we're playing with. But yeah, so Peter alludes to the fact that he and Gwen are probably going to start hanging out again because, you don't have to keep promises to
Yeah,
dead
he's
people.
dead. He's
The
dead.
end.
And then it has a weird,
And then
Yeah,
there's a
I kept my promise
it
for a
has a
day.
weird
yeah.
like post-credit scene where they're like, I don't even remember. It was like it was like two guys in a room and they're like, well, we'll know more about his dad or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? What was that?
Well, because Dr. Connors was in jail with
Oh,
someone
right.
who we don't
Yeah.
see. And that's the thing. And I guess I don't
Did
know
that resolve in the second
who that
one?
was
Because I don't
going to
even
be.
remember. Like I don't. It was, yeah.
No.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
That was probably a Amazing Spider-Man 3
Yeah.
storyline that never happened.
But yeah,
But that's your
that's the
movie.
Amazing Spider-Man. Um.
I didn't stay for the stingers. Was this the one that had the stinger where they showed all like the villain suits?
Oh.
No, that was the second one. I think. Dude, I don't
Was it?
fucking remember
Okay.
all this stuff. Like all these post credits things just bleed together for me. Um, Alec. It's a tough one. Was your favorite part of the movie all the web slinging?
Oh, the web slinging was
Pretty good.
pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite part. Like, I just liked
Yeah.
it. It made me feel not as it didn't pump me up as much as Spider-Man 2, but like I was pretty pumped watching it. Like, this is why I like comic book
Yeah,
movies.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like comic book movies that like get it and understand the source material, which really confuses me why the second one is
That's
so
all I could
fucking
think about the
terrible.
whole time. I was like, what
Because
happened?
like it's the same director.
Yeah.
Like unless the studio, it doesn't make any sense though. Because like this one was a hit,
Yeah, it did
Almost
well.
studio
The
nerded
director's
to death.
last
And
name
you'd think,
also is Webb.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
It's
Wait, didn't that guy?
yeah,
Didn't he end
like
up making the other ones? Or am I thinking? Am I crazy?
No, no,
I'm
you're
crazy.
crazy. He made this one and
Oh,
Amazing.
okay.
The second Amazing. He made both of them. But this guy's name is Mark Webb. The guy who made the new Spider-Mans, I forget his name.
That's this guy also.
And
Man,
they were,
what a career this guy's. He also made that awful Snow White live action movie. He what else did he make?
500 Days of
I like
Summer.
that movie. Limitless. Remember that movie?
I do remember it. I never
He
watched it,
made
but I know they made a show about
God,
it.
he what a career this guy's had. He's made a bunch of other movies I've never seen. Like
Yeah, the guy who directed the new Spider-Man movies is John
John Watts,
Watts.
very close to Webb.
Yeah,
He made a movie. He's got a movie coming out called Day Drinker coming out. Oh, this has nothing to do with Spider-Man, but I just forgot about it. I need to bring it up before we stop the show entirely. There's a movie coming out that's called like One Night Only, and it's basically The Purge, except instead of for one night a year you get to kill everybody and like laws don't matter. It's one night a year where it's the only night of the year that single people can have sex, and it's like the dumbest premise I've ever heard in a movie in my entire life. Like, one, who's going to agree to this? Two, like, how are you going to stop people from fucking? Like, that's not going to happen. Like, what the hell is this movie anyway? One night only, everybody. Great premise.
Yeah, I mean it sounds weird
Yeah,
anyway.
it was
It could be good.
no.
It
There's
has
no way possible.
I mean anything
Well, that's
could be
true.
good.
Yeah. Let's get into five knuckle shuffles, everybody. Alec.
I'm gonna give it a
Mhm.
8. I thought it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I was worried after the second one being the most recent thing I watched that like this was not nearly as good as I remembered, and I pretty much liked everything about it except for how the lizard looks. Like the lizard looks awful. It's like almost Scorpion King
Yeah,
levels
it's
of
bad.
bad. How bad he looks, especially in 2012. Like we were getting like Iron Man 2 and maybe almost Avengers came out in 2012. Like how does the Blizzard look so
Yeah,
terrible?
it's awful.
But every like the chemistry between the two of them is good, and that's like perfect. Though I wanted to mention earlier, and I forgot to jump back in. After Uncle Ben dies, there's a really good scene with Flash, where Flash comes up to him. Peter's just like, "Just leave me
Oh
alone,
yeah, I
Oh
Flash.
do like
Just leave
yeah.
that
me
scene.
alone." And he's like, I really just I heard your uncle died, and he just like slams him into the lockers. And Flash is like, I understand, man. It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a good scene.
Just helps you get over it, beating people up. Like it's really good. But then they really don't show that side of Flash again, which kind of disappointed me.
Yeah, agreed.
Um,
Yeah,
but he did
Flash
have the
could have been
T-shirt.
like
He did have the
a side
T-shirt on
character.
later on,
Yeah, yeah.
which is tremendous. But yeah, there's not a lot to nitpick about this, which I was worried it was going to be closer to 2 than the first Spider-Man 2. But this movie's kind of a banger. Like I remember when I saw it initially thinking like, man, Andrew Garfield is this version of like Spider-Man is perfect as far as like the quipping, like making the jokes constantly with everything he does. Whereas Toby didn't do that quite so much, and they were a lot cornier when he did. Like I like all three of my Spider Boys, but they all for different reasons.
Nice. I agree.
But yeah, I'll give it an 8. Um, the only reason it's not a 10 is because the lizard didn't decide to regrow his dong. Oh
Look at
well.
the size of that tail.
That's no
Yeah,
tail.
it's a boy, and what a boy!
What a boy.
That's the umbilical cord over. Nate.
Yeah, I think it's a 7 for me. I don't disagree with anything we've said. I think it's really enjoyable. I think it's just like it sort of sits in this weird like reactionary space where it feels like it is as much how do we do Spider-Man different
Yeah,
as it is its
I
own
definitely
movie,
agree with that.
which just makes me like take it that down that one mark. I mean, other than like the parent stuff is weird. I don't mind it. It's annoying that it'll never pay off. Like it just doesn't ever do anything.
Also, I
Um,
just don't care
but yeah,
about Peter Parker's parents. Like, I just
yeah. I
can't
mean,
care about that.
we should have, if we were going to care about them, that should have almost just been the plot
Yeah,
of this
agreed.
movie more somehow. But that's they probably thought they were going to resolve this in the third movie. Because Campbell Scott's like not an actor you cast just to have for two
Right,
scenes.
yeah.
Like you bring him for something. But yeah, like Martin Sheen's excellent in this. Garfield and Stone's chemistry is amazing. Like it is genuinely funny, and it feels like it understands what like high school people are kind of like. Like it's still a movie high school, but it's like a little closer to normal people in a high school rather than it being like I am a
Yeah,
student
you're
in this
right.
class and oh no, our
It's not
homework is
to
due.
Alex's
It's
point, Joe, what's his name? I always get his fucking name wrong. Joe Mangione or whatever.
Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello.
yeah.
Like his Flash Thompson, he looks 35 in that fucking movie.
Because he
Yeah,
is. He's like he's one of the most masculine looking men
right.
anyway. So at 27 or whatever that he is in that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. Like the lizard looks stupid, but and and the conceit of the final plot is kind of dumb, like whatever. But like you get a solid Spider-Man. Like it does make you kind of wish like, hey, could they if they just done two better?
Right.
Even slightly to get like three so that at least we would have a suite of these to work with because this feels like a George Lazenby
Yeah,
Bond or
yeah,
actually like a Timothy Dalton
yeah.
Bond, right? Where it's like we only got two movies. One of them is terrible. One of them is actually really pretty good if you look at it the right way. And then you have these, Tom Holland is the Daniel Craig kind of situation. So yeah, I don't know. It's a 7. I think it's a good
Yeah,
movie.
I agree. That's
TJ.
me. It's a 7 for me, dog, as well. I like a lot of this movie, a lot, but there is things that hold it back. I again, and maybe this isn't fair. To me, like, just skip the fucking origin. Like, we know the fucking origin, or make it quicker. I feel like the origin stuff is takes a little too long to develop. Like
You could really have done more to develop Dr.
that,
Connor's
you're right. You could take a lot of the
arc if you
time,
took from
exactly,
that,
but you
right?
could cut the
Yeah.
fucking stupid parent shit out. Like the movie opens with the parents, and it's like, I don't really care about this. Um, Again, the lizard like plot is bad. Like, I'm sorry, the whole like turning New York into lizards is stupid. He looks bad. The lizard design, like we've said a million times, is it's just god awful. Like, I don't know how you even see that as like a prototype and you're like, yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Like, it looks so fucking bad. But the positives are very positive. Like, Garfield's great. Like I said, like they did the little things right in this movie. I felt like all the, like I said, the little dialogue, the inconsequential dialogue was done really well. And it felt like they went in with a mindset of like, we want to make these characters feel more lived in, and we want this a little bit more like grounded. And I thought they did a great job. I thought that all the Spider-Man stuff, like there's a scene that was in the trailer where he's like swinging and he goes to the building and you see his reflection like hitting the windows of the building. I thought that looked great. Like, I really liked that. I liked all this stuff when he's like using his powers and he's like beating people up. Like, all that stuff looked wonderful. And watching this, I understand the reverence for when people are excited to have Garfield back as Spider-Man, like when he showed up in No Way Home. I get it now because he is a good Spider-Man. He's a very good Spider-Man. He's a guy I'm surprised that isn't in more movies because he's very compelling. He's got a great presence on screen. I really enjoyed him in the movie. I liked both sides of his character. Like we talked about with the Maguire stuff. Like Tobey Maguire's portrayal of Spider-Man. Like, I like those movies a lot. Don't get me wrong, and they fit. Like, he fits the character that Raimi wanted, but he never really sat well with me as Spider-Man. And I hated all the the dialogue in that movie between MJ and him. I just can't stand it. But this movie circumvents all that, and I felt like the relationship between Gwen Stacy and Peter was really well done. Like it said before, Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield have great chemistry on screen. Emma Stone's great in the movie. Like, she also feels like a real character. Like she doesn't feel just like a flat like love interest character. Like I don't know, there's a lot of positives with this movie. I just felt like the like third act is like very clunky, and it kind of rushes to that third act after a while. And it kind of drags, and then it kind of just rushes into like ending the movie, and that kind of like it stops it from being like a 9 or a 10. Like it's still a good movie. And I liked it a lot. And it just again, it's a tragedy what they did with the second film, because the second film is irredeemably bad. Like it's just so fucking bad. Embarrassingly bad, I would say. But yeah, it's a 7 bordering on an 8. It's a gentleman's 7.
Yeah,
it's bordering on an 8 because again, I really enjoyed my time with it.
It cooks when it cooks. It just,
again,
like,
it's a fun watch, and it's something I'd watch again. I enjoyed it, and I don't know, it's nice. I'm looking at this with 2026 eyes, but it's nice to watch a movie that's like self-contained for the most part. I know my problems with the movie are the stuff that they're like, well, this is going to pay off later. But like, it's nice that it's like just a Spider-Man movie. Like, it's nice that it's not like worried about too many other things. So yeah, it's a solid movie. I enjoyed it. I have a pick for next week, unless somebody else does.
I had one.
Oh, what do you got?
So we can debate these two. I was gonna go off of Garfield and do Never Let Me Go.
What is that?
Which is a 2010. It's like a dystopian romantic drama, but it was written by Alex Garland.
That sounds pretty good.
Not directed by Alex Garland, but it's got Carey Mulligan, Keira Knightley, Andrew Garfield.
I'm fine with that because what I was going to pick was going to be probably shit. So, what's his name? The guy that plays the lizard. How do you say his name? Rhys Ifans. He is in Hannibal Rising, which is a movie I've never watched, and I've been kind of scared to watch it. I do love the Hannibal character, but this is like the origins of Hannibal.
I think after Evil Dead Burn, you should avoid any ambiguous subtitling. Like, oh, Hannibal Rising?
I fucking hate Silence of the Lambs because that got me started. Maybe not started, but it was definitely one of the movies that started my whole thing. Because I don't know if I've talked about this to you, Nate, specifically, but for a while, I only read books that I saw the movie, and then I go read the book. So I read all the Thomas Harris books. And they're okay. It's like,
yeah, well, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Like that's one of those things where it's like most of the time you wrote one good book and they made a movie, and then you're like scrambling to write the books to continue making movies about.
This may be a hot take because I love Silence of the Lambs and I love Manhunter, but I kind of feel like the movies are better than the books. The books are kind of overwrought and kind of stupid, but like
a lot of times that's the thing, though, right? You have visionary directors putting those movies together. And you have a person writing kind of a trashy.
I don't know if you've ever read any of those books.
Series.
That's exactly what they are. They're very like trashy. They feel very pulpy, which I usually like, but I don't know some of those.
Yeah, but it's like Benchley with Jaws, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
That's not
100%. That's a very good comparison. Yeah. All right, yeah. What
we have a late review from Gogs.
Oh, great.
He said the first half of Amazing Spider-Man didn't suck as much as I expected. Yeah. The second half made up for that.
Wow.
Oh shit.
It is harsh. But Gogs, Gogs with this Spider-Man. Oh, there's no stakes and blah blah blah.
I still can't get over he'll never live down the fucking end game. There's no stakes. That's like the dumbest. That might be his actually the only thing dumber than that is saying that Margot Robbie needs to do squats. That's the like that's the craziest thing you've ever said, dude. Jesus Christ. No stakes in Endgame. The whole fucking universe is over. Like, come on, man. Well, they're coming back. Yeah, that's not the. I'm sorry, I'm relitigating. It just still bothers me.
The new Spider-Man movie was directed by the guy who directed Shang-Chi.
No, but that's very exciting because I love Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
that is exciting.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That was like that's one of the better post-Endgame.
One of the best movies they put out in a long time. That's yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, because it doesn't really. The only thing it really ties into is the Trevor Slattery from anything else. They just kind of do their own thing, which was
also
nice.
It tied into my other favorite MCU movie, Iron Man 3. So because I love that character.
Have you watched Wonder Man yet?
I'm almost finished with it.
No.
I haven't watched the last episode, but yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's so good. He directed a bunch of those too.
All right. So what was the movie, Nate?
Never Let Me Go.
Let Me Go.
Never Let Me Go.
Cool. an Alex Garland film.
He wrote. He didn't direct it, but
that's fine. I mean,
he wrote a screenplay.
Written plenty of movies.
I think I've seen this in the past, and I remember liking it. So I'm interested.
Well, you're
to
better than me
because
I really like. I didn't pick it because I just know how it would go on the show. But I almost wanted to pick Under the Silver Lake, which is a movie I fucking love. But I feel like it might be too weird for the show.
I like that movie too, but I know how the voting would go almost completely. Like I know how this would split.
I love that movie.
Oh, the guy who directed this directed a 1 Hour Photo.
I love 1 Hour Photo.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Never Let Me Go. Oh, I see it right here. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And with Keira Knightley, this will open up either Love Actually or Star Wars Episode 1 of Phantom Menace if we want to do either of those.
Oh wait, did we watch? Isn't Carrie Mulligan's a Drive, isn't she?
Yeah, we watched
Drive. Shit, we already watched Drive.
Yeah.
Oh, we could. We could watch Promising
Young
Woman, a movie I fucking hate.
Go back and
we could
revisit that.
We could go Carrie Mulligan and watch Inside Llewellyn Davis. I love that movie.
That's that's a good.
Or we could watch Saltburn as another movie I fucking hate. Next week we'll decide if we just want to make me mad. That's all.
Yeah.
We can watch. She's in that Great Gatsby movie I can't stand either. There you go. Carrie Mulligan is in a lot of stuff I don't like, apparently. I do like her.
Yeah, she probably wants a mulligan.
Oh, she's in Shame, which I thought was really good. You ever see that, Nate? With Michael Fassbender. He's like a sex addict. It's a good movie. Steve McQueen directed it. Not that Steve McQueen.
The one who's been famously dead for 40 years.
Yeah, he didn't come back. He didn't come back to direct.
He rose from the grave.
Rise from your grave. All right, everybody. That's the show.
All right.
Hopefully next week, maybe we'll have maybe Gogs, maybe Sean. Who knows? Gogs will tell us to record on a date and then cancel on us again. It's
part of the fun. It's making Gogs appearances.
Gogs is like a hot chick. He like ghosts us. We can't wait for our date, and then it's like, oh, sorry, I had something come up. I'm washing my hair.
I think you're cool moving the podcast.
That was mean.
Gogs, that was mean.
I have to close on my house
That's
today.
The all-time best.
Nothing will ever top that.
That's like historic. That's amazing. All right, everybody. That's the show. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.